everybody, and welcome back to NINJAGOCast. I am your host, Sensei Wolf.
I'm LJ. And I'm Meso.
And today is a big day. We are casting the brand new Summer 2022 Ninjago sets, as well as a little bit about the new teaser that came out for, drumroll please, Ninjago Crystallized. We get a name. We don't get a date. We just know it's soon. We get new sets. We get new teaser. We got new music. We got new set images.
We got new.
I know. Lots happened last time we chatted. So, but yeah, this is episode 60. Whoop.
The big 60.
We're only 9 away from the best podcast ever. Anywho, that is what we're going to be talking about today. First of all, there's only 3 of us today. Hi.
Hi. Kicking it old school.
Yeah.
Old school, new school.
Mm-hmm. Got us. How we doing today? Woo! Woo!
Yeah. Hello.
LJ's here. Everybody.
LJ, you're tired.
Yeah. I'm very tired.
Are you tired of not having any Ninjago news? Because I think you can wake up now.
The Ninjago fandom was like LJ a couple weeks ago.
Yep. Suddenly a million voices cried out for news, and then they were silenced.
And then it
by
was
news.
It was answered by Lego. Of all people, Lego.
It was a pretty cool reveal of all this stuff.
It really was, because the first thing that was revealed was the poster. The new Ninjago Crystallized poster, where we got for the first time to see the, as we know now, 5 generals on the crystal, as well as Lloyd with the weapons. And that was very exciting. And then after that came the teaser, which was even more of a surprise, because this never happens where we get like a trailer or a teaser before at least first, when I say official footage, but first footage to hit the internet. So that was a nice surprise. And then we got the set images official from Lego, which was crazy. And then we got another little mini teaser. And that's where we're at today. We don't have a date yet. We don't know how it's going to air. We don't know where it's going to air. But yeah.
Well, that was excellent.
It was pretty cool. I mean, I see people like, okay, so answer me this, riddle me this. So you've been saying like it's very rare to see Ninjago get like marketed like this. I've seen this kind of like the refrain going around the community. Am I just like missing stuff, or like hasn't this happened before?
In this order?
Well, I mean, I just mean like the trailer in particular. I was seeing it be like, oh, Ninjago is getting a trailer. It's super cool. You know, Lego's posting about it. It's super awesome. Nothing's been leaked yet. But like, I swear, if memory serves, everything since Sons of Garmadon has had a trailer be posted on official Lego channels before footage from the show got leaked. And I'm just like, I want to get my facts checked by the expert.
It's
like, am I wrong?
It's very much, it's usually either at the same time or it's a little late.
That's
it's
fair.
not, it's never like, you know, I maybe like 1 or 2 times it's been like before. I can think of like maybe the island that may qualify for that.
Yeah.
But as for other seasons, usually we get footage first and then we get the teaser. Or we get a teaser from as a leak. Kind of like Secrets of the Forbidden Spinjitzu, which was a leaked trailer that scared the entire community for like...
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I forgot that was like a leaked trailer, or that it was aired on like TV. Because I know the one exception is Seabound, which never received a trailer, to my knowledge, on official Lego channels. But like, I remember Sons of Garmadon did, Hunted did, March of the Oni did, Prime Empire did, Master of the Mountain did. But Seabound definitely did not. Oh yeah, the Island did as well, I think.
Master of the Mountain, I now remember, did have trailers come out before the footage
Its
did.
trailer did exceptionally well on YouTube too. Now I know this trailer got like trending,
Yeah.
which I don't think has ever happened before.
No.
Time will tell if it gets as many views in like a crew.
Yeah, I think it's sitting around 600K right now, somewhere around there.
Master of the Mountain's got like 2.4 million after being out for like a year and a actually 2 years now.
2 years.
So we'll see if it tracks to become the most successful trailer. But it was definitely the strongest start, which I think is really cool to see. It helped get a lot of buzz going, and I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the poster, I want to like just give credit.
Mm-hmm.
The Ninjago Crystallized poster is one of like the sickest things that I've seen. And was genuinely, like, as far as advertising goes, it was a meaty poster because it wasn't just like, oh, this is cool. Not only is it like masterfully composed, but there's so much you can like pick out. And yeah, it was stuff that had been like speculated on beforehand. But for people who had like kept away from leaks or speculation or stuff, it was like, ooh, what can we spot? You know, in the reflections.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I love that.
It was a perfect teaser poster.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean, Ninjago's gotten teaser posters before, but this was like probably the hardest hitting they've done so far.
Yep. I really vibed with it, and I just want to like shout that out immediately because like whoever did that, thank you.
GG's. But yeah, and then let's talk just a tiny bit about the teaser since that was the first thing that we saw before the sets. There was a minute. It was literally 60 seconds, and they stuck so much in there that just left, at least for LJ and I, because we watched it together for the first time, our jaws were just on the ground when we finished. We're like, oh my gosh. Like, they showed so much and also not enough. So many questions were raised that we didn't even have questions for or answers for. It was insane. It was action-packed. Lot of new faces, a lot of old faces. Great music, of course. And the ninja are back in jail.
It's alright though. They're gonna be broken out by the best ninja and the best character of this upcoming season, Dareth.
Go on. Elder doing Dareth's voice while tired.
He's back.
I know. He has a fake beard.
Wait, what? Does he?
Cool.
Wait, what?
I think
did
so.
have a fake beard.
Wait, what? Where?
In the
Show me.
beard.
I have to see this for reasons.
Someone pulled the fake beard pic for Dareth.
Bro, get fake beard, Dareth. Like,
Dude,
it doesn't match his hair at all, but it's a
dude,
fake beard.
I've got a beard that doesn't match my hair at all. I'm down to clown. Let's do this. I'll do a Dareth cosplay.
LJ cast as Dareth in live action Ninjago.
I can do it.
Let's see. I'm skimming. I'm trying to find it. Do you remember if it was like at the end?
It was around the time of when they were at they were in the desert with Twitchy, and he was in the van.
Okay.
Dang, he has his own van? He's like a van lifestyle vlogger?
Oh my gosh.
So I hope you're not thinking of Clutch Powers.
No, that's not Clutch Powers. It's a new character.
Really? Okay. Kind of looks like him because he has the weird looking mustache.
Yeah. No, that's not Clutch.
But I'm skimming.
Let's see if I can.
I need evidence of beard Dareth to fully believe the meme.
It might be in the second teaser. At least the shot. Let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, that might make more sense. Ninja on the run. But I like how you mentioned Twitchy is back.
Oh, I found it. There it is.
Oh.
You can only see a tiny bit of it.
Epic gray beard. Dareth.
I'm wildly disappointed.
What did you expect?
Like a brown or red beard?
Yeah, I wanted orange.
I wanted a purple beard. That would have been funny.
Shut the fudge up. I can't.
What is What is Kai doing in that? He's like he's like levitating.
Well, he's levitating.
He's being tossed in like a sandbag.
Yeah.
Which is
don't know,
basically
there were-
what the show's done to his character.
Yeah, more or less. The trailer, I guess trailers were pretty interesting, but my capacity to discuss them is very limited because they didn't really do a lot in terms of like establishing a premise. Which might be by design because they just kind of strung a bunch of stuff together with no context.
Yeah.
So my ability to like comment on it is very minimal. I will say there were a lot of new characters in different colored ninja outfits.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be really annoying if we don't get those as minifigures at some point. I'd rather not have them join the ever expanding group of show only minifigure characters.
Well, I wouldn't be
RIP
mad if
Upley.
they only show up for like one episode, then I probably won't be mad. But if they are like a main cast and crew, then yeah, I'll be upset. Obviously I can see why they didn't include them in this wave because we already get so many different like stuff that we're going to discuss later.
And
but
the
at
whole
least in the
ninja being
future.
arrested arc will probably only take like a few episodes.
Yeah,
I
like
would
I'm sure
hope anyway.
these teasers that we saw are probably like the first maybe 6 episodes. Maybe. Like if not less. They're just cut those together and make a trailer out of it. Like I feel like we didn't see any end game stuff going on in here.
Oh, almost certainly.
Like we didn't even see any crystals except for the end. So
The only thing I think really worth discussing at length from the trailer is the very premise of why the ninja are being arrested.
yeah, we
There's
still don't know.
there's one big hint, and
Yeah.
it is the scene where they're running and apparently working with Asphyra
Asphyra.
to break into a place wearing like all black ninja garb.
Yeah, they
What
definitely
could
are
they
trying.
be stealing?
I don't know. Like the only person I didn't see in all black was Zane. But everyone else was there. They're maybe going after.
I'm trying to think of what relics could even be like locked up anywhere
nope.
at this point.
Zane is dressed in black. I mean,
Jackson says scroll of forbidden spinjitzu could be
I mean,
it.
possibly to see if she can do any sorcery to bring back Nia.
Bruh.
Which obviously will probably go wrong. But I honestly have no clue. Like they're obviously working with her for some reason.
They melted down the golden like master armor. The realm crystal
Is broken.
is broken. The scroll, I guess, would be locked up somewhere. The golden weapons they appear to have in their possession because they
Yeah.
also show up in the trailer.
Yeah, they still
So
have those.
I'm just trying to think what it could be, and I cannot think of much.
The teapot of Tyran.
I mean,
That's just my crack foot.
possibly. I mean, I was
If
expecting.
it's anything big, then we haven't seen it yet.
I was expecting Nauticon to be in this season somewhat, and it's kind of weird to me that he's literally one of 3 still existing villains that is not.
It's actually
Like, I
really
actually,
interesting. It's
go
actually
on.
really interesting if you look at all the villains that are reappearing. There's one from almost every era of Ninjago, and the era of like, what's it from rebooted to like Hands of Time is missing. Like there's like a gap missing there.
That's because they don't
And
with most of their
Nauticon,
villains.
yeah, and all those villains are pretty much taken care of except for like Nauticon, and then so it's like, so are they not bringing him up for a reason? Like he's not anywhere, but
I tallied up the list, and it's of the villains that are still alive. The main villains from each wave: Garmadon, and this is just for in the sets. We obviously don't know about the story yet, but like it's Garmadon, Pythor, Overlord, Shin is dead. Klaus, I think, is dead. How did he end in the Dark Island?
Dark Island. He Oh gosh, how did he? Did he go to the?
Did he get like
he's in the
imprisoned?
underworld, departed room.
He's in the underworld
He's
at
into
the
the world.
moment. Okay.
Okay.
Moro's dead. Nauticon and Crux and Acronix are the big missing ones.
Yeah, missing in actions.
All the people from the Sons of Garmadon except Kilo. But he's
Which we
also in
saw
the
in
trailer.
yeah.
So Lamau. Iron Baron dead, or at the very least not around to do things. The Oni people dead, probably. Asphyra mechanic. Unagami, but he's not a villain anymore, so he wouldn't be there. Skull Sorcerer, Ronin, who was in the trailer, and Kalmar dead. So it's literally just Nauticon and Crux and Acronix.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see Crux and Acronix.
And we've seen them recently, anyways. So
bring back
is...
Nauticon 2K22. That's my thing.
Nauticon would be the big one. Then of course the Crystal King, which question marks. We don't know who that guy is quite yet. We have our hints, but we don't know for sure.
Hints.
But yeah, so the teaser did good. Definitely piqued our interest enough. It did what its job was supposed to do, which was tease us. Probably more menacingly than we wanted it to, but we have been teased. We want more. We don't know when more is coming out.
UNLJ's reaction video was very funny.
Can we watch that again?
I remember
Nia,
that.
At least we are going to see Nia again.
I remember
so
I remember being awake. I remember what
being awake was nice.
What it feels like to have energy.
You were loud. You were exuberant. You were pulling excited facial expressions.
You were shocked. You were excited.
You were doing.
You were looking at the new mech that was in the show and all that stuff.
I wonder what those feelings feel like. All I feel now is eternal exhaustion.
Agony.
I
also want to talk about these sets.
Yeah, we can get into that.
Well, let's transition to the sets. Do you have anything to say about the teaser, LJ, or the poster, or anything so far?
No, you guys have basically covered everything. Everything looks great. I only watched the first teaser because I didn't realize what the second one was. I thought it was like a scene from the show. And over a decade later, I'm still recovering from having a Lego film media heavily shown off via scenes and clips before it came out. So I'm trying.
I don't know why they released the second one. It's weird.
Yeah.
I'm just trying.
Just don't do it.
I'm trying to limit.
I'm scared
my
they're going to keep doing it.
Just don't do it. Like release one more trailer and have it be with dialogue and actually be the premise of what the season is. Don't do any more like clips. Don't do any scenes. Don't do any like overexposure. Just don't do it. It's a bad idea. Watching the second one, I already feel like I've seen a little too much of that particular act. Like, okay, look at it this way. If we assume the ninja being arrested is probably only going to be like a few episodes, maybe 2, maybe a few more, I don't know. And we've seen like 2 minutes in total. We've already seen like a 10th of that section of the story. Think about it like that. And
yet we still don't know why they're in jail.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. They haven't tipped too much.
But I feel like they could
push your luck.
Yeah, because I've seen how many like they pump out for like their little like one-offs for like the ninja are doing this, the ninja are doing that, and I'm like, cool, those are cool. Just don't do it with unreleased footage, please, because I feel like they might do like a the Crystal King rises, and it's like a whole minute of just like kind of montage of stuff from the final act, and I'm like, what is this?
That'd be pretty funny though.
But I don't think they're gonna do that. Hopefully not.
All right.
So let's move on to the sets. All right. So the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna start with the one core set that happens to also be the 4+ set.
The best one.
What were you gonna say, LJ?
Oh no! Go ahead and finish that, and then I'll let you handle it. I figure you're gonna mention the thing.
Yes. So we're going to start with the 4+ set, and then we're going to go from smallest to biggest. I guess price-wise, because I can't do piece-wise. So price-wise, then we're going to go cheapest.
We could just go ascending order of set number, essentially.
Yeah, that works. Sort of. Yeah, I can probably do that. Just have to rearrange a couple stuff. But yeah, quick disclaimer before we get into stuff. If y'all seen the unboxing video, y'all know that I do, in fact, or I was in fact sent the sets. I split up the sets with LJ, so I sent some to him. I have a couple, and we have built the ones that we are going to review. So when it comes to us discussing them, we're going to basically take that we can't really talk too much about it. We can give our thoughts on what the images will tell you, but we are not going to do any thoughts about at least our process and our, reaction to of building them or have built them. We're going to save that for our review videos coming out in a couple of days.
I think to put it succinctly, you won't be getting set reviews in this podcast. We have to save those for the actual reviews themselves because we're still under embargo. We can't really talk about when the embargo lifts, but we have to wait until it lifts to post our reviews. So we won't be reviewing them here. Fortunately, though, we can discuss, we can both discuss like half of the wave. Also, Haley, you can go ahead and retain the Zane's Golden Dragon Jets space. I see what you mean about switching things around.
Yeah, it's that and also the mech and the dragon. So I'll just do it.
No. Let's.
I'll just do it in the order of price then.
No, let's do it the way you had it.
Okay.
So
Meanwhile, you have me, who's built nothing and knows only the
Tyler
pictures.
You don't have anything.
You will get the quality, unfiltered opinions from yours truly.
Yeah, essentially, I'll be able to talk about the sets fully that I don't have, and Haley will be able to talk fully about the ones she doesn't have. But anything else, the ones that we respectively currently have, will basically be speculatory. It's not going to be a review.
In depth. So now that that's out of the way, let us begin with set number 71759, which is a 4+ set. It is called the Ninja Dragon Temple. So generic. It has 161 pieces and is priced at $40.
Okay.
And it deserves every single one of those dollars.
No,
and more.
Shut up.
You know what?
Stop
I pay $60.
Stop it. Shut up. They will take you seriously.
Drop it for $80.
Stop
80.
it, you people.
100.
So
140.
So Haley punished me with this one. I have this one, but at the time of recording, I have not built this one. It is the only one I have not built. And as such, I technically...
It's the best one.
I haven't reviewed it. I can't say that... I don't have an experience with this. At the time of the recording of this episode, which is taking place on May 9th, 2022, I have not built this set. I own it currently. I will be doing the review on it. But I haven't interacted, so what you're about to hear isn't a review. This looks like garbage, and it should never have been put at this price point.
Best one.
Shut
up. I will take your entire stock.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that. Are you gonna buy? Gesundheit. Are you gonna buy one?
Yes.
You should send it to him for review.
No.
This dragon looks more clean and less cluttered than the gold Ultra Dragon.
Shut up.
Don't at me.
All right, at him. Everyone, flood him with ats.
At him. At Mestonac. Chonky. Dragon. Dude, the dragon is a freaking oval.
I jest mostly. The set is quite poor.
Yeah, so here's my problem. I feel like what I'm going to say is that not only can you give your kids that are 4+ better toys, you can get them better Lego toys at a far lower price than this.
Yep.
Yeah, this looks like a $20 set at most.
Whatever happened to kids needing the lower scale stuff like bikes and stuff because they were cheaper and more affordable and easy to get into, It's like what's a kid gonna do for this $40 paperweight basically.
Even the last 4+ set from this wave, or from this year, I guess. A Lloyd's Ninja Mech. Like, that has 57 pieces. It retails for $10.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
This only has,
How
like,
did they go
maybe...
from that to this?
This has a little
This
over...
has 160, yeah.
Yeah. It has a little over 100 more than Lloyd's Ninja Mech, and yet it's retailing for $30 more.
It's insane, and I don't know why.
That is
Is it because of the dragon?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I wish I could tell you why. It's probably the head. And maybe even the wings, because the wings have 3 colors on them.
Yeah. I mean, that's certainly possible. It's just... It's a ridiculous price. Like, I could never recommend anyone buy this. Like, I remember I tried to buy... It was Brick Fair last year, so August 2021. I tried to buy, as a joke, the final flight of the Destiny's Bounty, which is a 4+ set from basically like a legacy 4+ set. The set contains 147 pieces and retailed for $40.
Yeah.
Nearly, actually, that's technically worse than this one.
That's a steal compared to what this is, because that was a boat. It was much bigger.
No.
This is a dragon.
Less pieces, actually. 147 compared to this set's 161.
Less pieces, but one piece was giant for a boat. Well, this has like one piece of the dragon head.
I guess. Either way, they're both terribly priced, and I could never actually endorse anyone ever buying them.
I know what makes this set so expensive, y'all. It has one of the most rare and must-need minifigures in all of Ninjago. Must have. Core Kai.
Very, very hard to come by, yes.
Very hard to come by.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reminded of a few years ago, there was another dragon like this. It was a 71701 Kai's Fire Dragon, released back in 2020. And this one was only like 81 pieces for $20. So still not great, but like I guess it's just like the other stuff, I guess, that is scaling it up, like the little building and the bike plus the dragon, because Lego clearly felt that like this dragon was worth $20 just by itself.
Yeah,
it's the head.
I don't understand. Yeah,
it's the same feet.
Yeah, because it's a Jurassic World mold, I think. I think
it's the same head too, just recolored.
Yep. Genuinely weird, but it looks hilarious, and it kind of would be funny to own it for the meme.
No.
So LJ.
Yeah, it's funny until you pick it up in stores and look at it and look at the price.
You know what you need to do, LJ? Give it a glowing review.
No. I'm going to give it an honest review.
Honest review. All right, we've spent too much time on this set. Let's move on. All right, next up, we have set number 71768. Jay's Golden Dragon Motorbike. This has 137 pieces and retails for $20.
Still far from ideal. That'll be a trend.
It's a lot closer to ideal, though.
It might be one of the best deals of this wave.
Agony.
It's I can choke that price down pretty easily because, okay, so full disclosure, I don't have this one. Haley, are you okay with us like revealing which ones we do and don't have?
I guess we can probably do that. So this is one of the sets that was sent to me. I have built it. You'll hear my thoughts later. At least my thoughts about the set after I built it. But I can tell you why. It's because you have an exclusive minifigure.
Not just that.
And the gold.
Like, you've got an exclusive minifigure, you've got new pieces, new molds on the minifigure, new molds on the bike, new recolors on the bike, I think. You have new molds on the evil minifigure as well. You've got a bunch of translucent pieces that are being printed on. Like, there is a lot of specialization to this set, and given that those things are things, I'm a lot more accepting of the price.
I guess I am as well. When you outline it like that, it's fair. But like I don't know. We need to figure out. I'd love to actually like figure out, is the gold tax a myth or is it real?
If
That's
this
what I'd
wave
love
has
to know.
anything to say about it, I think it's real.
Because I know
If
there's the different kinds of gold. There's the standard Lego pearl gold. There's the drum lacquered gold that's in like the Monkey Kid mech and the Infinity Gauntlet. And I'm like, I figure that's more expensive to make, but I still think there is a gold tax that exists in general, and I think this wave is paying for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like honestly, my thoughts here, not to be too mean to it, it's just a bike. That's all. It does look like one of the better ones, to be fair. I'm always more of a fan of bikes with larger pieces because it makes them look more substantial and actually makes them look like an armored vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a bike. The main cool thing to me is the minifigure, which I think looks capital E excellent.
Yeah, we got our first look at these guys.
Absolutely adore the J dragon suit. I love all of them, to be honest. But J in particular is like my second favorite because it looks like lightning.
It looks like he's dripping gold, like at least the wing wise.
Got that drip.
He literally got that drip.
Stupid.
We also get a look at his nunchucks. Some new nunchucks for him.
Yes. I'm mixed. I don't know how to feel about these guys.
I don't like what they did to the golden weapons. If that's supposed to be the golden weapons. Don't like them.
I'll get into it later, but I don't know. These are my second least favorite of these golden tools. I'll say that.
I'm curious if you can like stick the stud on the bottom of it so you can make it look like what it usually is, but
I think you can, but I'm not sure.
Have to check. But yeah, so that's his motorbike.
I have one more comment.
One more comment? Go for it.
Vinchstone warrior dude.
Vinchstone gets a name.
These like henchmen, horde enemy creatures, I think look absolutely incredible. Even though they're asymmetrical, they still manage to warm my icy frozen heart.
I know why.
It's also Chima Ninjago.
Why?
Your favorite of the what are they called? The elemental beasts. Didn't you like Quake Beast the most?
I did indeed. I liked Quake Beast the most.
They're a bunch of Quake Beasts.
They're basically just Quake Beast from Bionicle. I like the color arrangements. I really like the heads. I don't know how they made it look so cool. The fact you can see the underneath and it has like the glowing eyes and the glowing mouth, which I hope look that cool in real life. The spiked, like the way the mouth protrudes backwards. The fact you can see the upper and lower jaws and like the curvatures of the teeth. It kind of looks Paraka Skull-esque.
Yeah, this is kind of like your aesthetic almost to a T. If they made it white and they made the transparent pieces like a trans black.
I might at some point try to get like the shape of this piece like custom molded or custom painted. I don't know if I'd be able to do that to my specifications, but yeah, if this was tailored to like a different color scheme, this would basically just be the Messinac helmet in minifigure form.
Well, now the mold exists now, so it could be recolored in the future for
that's true
something other than Ninjago or for something for Ninjago. So,
I do have a question regarding its design. Maybe you guys can help me make some sense out of it. So it looks like how I'm supposed to interpret the design is their body is like black, and then the crystals like overgrowing them, but there's cracks and it's like leaking golden energy. That's kind of what it looks like to me. And I don't know what that would be about if they're like made of gold. Like secretly, because
it's like it feels like, at least to me, the crystal is a red herring. Like the crystalline is like the theme they want to do, but the gold is what's really important, and that's like a hint to like something story wise.
Yeah,
Because like
okay.
there's nothing in Ninjago except for like you know, certain crystals that we've seen that has had great importance to the plot. Um, like this is the first time we've had a purple crystal
I mean,
that is important.
Oh.
Because Vengestone is, well, there you go.
Yeah, they just posted pictures of the Vinge Stone in the chat. I forgot
Like
that
I
it
said,
had
that
like the
the gold.
golden orange
At
veins
least
just like
recently.
running.
That is something they've added recently to Ninjago. It hasn't always been like that. But
Even still, that's a good like translation
it is
from
a good
show to set.
translation. Hence my fear is that they could be made out of Vengestone and have crystal growing out of it.
Yeah.
But there's something more that they're hiding.
All right.
So at least the way that I'm predicting it, because again, purple crystal has never been something in Ninjago, which means that there's something else going on.
And what do you think of the dragon headpieces for the ninja?
Oh, they look so good.
yeah, no, these
It's
are
a
actually
really good mold.
I agree.
I thought it was gonna look stupid. I was very prepared to hate it. But I think they did it well. They're not like overly big. They still look pretty much the size of a regular hood, so it doesn't look like, remember Rocka 3.0 from Hero Factory? That's kind of what I was afraid they'd be like, but no, they look pretty well proportioned.
It's really cool how they made like the dragon come out of the ninja hood, because if you start looking down to up, it looks like a normal hood, including like above the eyes, and then it just molds perfectly into a dragon.
Pretty well done.
So it's very well done.
I agree.
That's all I got.
Also, translucent minifigure.
No, I want to get all the dragon minifigures, like for sure.
I don't blame you. Let's look at another one. We're gonna move on to set number 71770. Zane's Golden Dragon Jet, which has 258 pieces and retails for $30.
Which one of you has this one?
I have this one.
All right.
All right, perfect. She has
I'm
that.
gonna say it. Cool Dragon!
That is a cool dragon.
And now that's all she can remark on the set. So I'm gonna come in and bag on it. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You look so good.
He does look exceedingly good. They all look excellent.
This is basically the first time that I've actually just straight up liked all of the energy related ninja. Like, I know these aren't NRG ninja, but they're in that same
similar
class. This is the first time that I've actually unabashedly liked all of those designs. And I feel like it's 100% because of, I mean, really the everything, just the mix of the gold as well as the elemental aspect. The printing is on point.
It's because they have armor on top, and even like the dragon extensions, they mirror the elements, so like they fade from gold to the respective colors, instead of the old NRG figures, which were just like a block of the elements, and you had to look at their like weird, face printings or whatever. These it pretty much feels like it's being contained within, but ready to like pop out at a moment's notice.
Yeah, no, I really like it. Cole's definitely looks very good, but I also feel like his is the one that we've been conditioned to the most because of the arms.
Mm-hmm.
That's true, you're right. He does have his lava arms. Epic.
His feet are the same way, and
he has
head.
lava feet now.
Yeah.
Cole, use your lava head.
use your lava body. But yeah, his looks really cool. Gosh, I love the black. Like it's just enough to like make it pop out. Because they didn't have to do black. They could have done like a lesser color, like maybe a gray or something like that. But it really makes the orange pop, which makes me very happy.
I feel like they had to do black. Like that is central to his color scheme, and it just like you're saying, it makes for really high contrast.
Mm-hmm. Can we talk about our first of the ninja outfits?
The Golden Zayn. Go for it.
I don't know how to feel about it.
The hoods are so interesting because they work for some of them and they don't work for others. I feel like it works for Zane.
I agree more than I don't, hood
Um,
wise.
his suit looks cool.
I think I've just determined some characters can pull off gold better than others, and I
Mhm.
don't think Zane is one that can pull it off well. I think it clashes a bit too much.
That's fair because he's
I
already
felt
silver.
the same. I felt the same way when Bionicle did it with the reboot with like Kopaka. My brain was conditioned to view like white and gold as like light oriented colors or like very like regal, and I feel like you lose a little too much of like the ice influence when you oversaturate it with gold.
Because you're an old man now, Meso.
Basically, yeah, I am an old man.
Oh my gosh.
But more to it, I'm very perplexed by these ninjas' outfits and like their torso patterns and what exactly they're supposed to convey in them. I feel like they're pretty messy.
This design specifically looks like a mix between... Gosh, honestly, it looks like it takes a lot of inspiration from Master of the Mountain Zane.
Yes, it does. That is accurate.
And Zane, why are you showing off your like big weak point? Like it's gonna take it'll like the villain of this set could basically just like stab his weird scythe sword right there, and Zane is out of commission. He's just gone. We then have to come back to who's it gonna be? Is it gonna be Zane we keep, or is it gonna be Pixel we keep? Because we can't have both if either of them get damaged there.
Oh boy, yeah, I don't know.
He's just boasting how good of a ninja he is because he shows his weak point, but no one ever hits him there.
That just
There you go.
I guess.
I like Tyler was saying, I don't really know what sort of design they're going for there. It looks like they have like, he has the shoulder pad and then he has like golden armor on top of his thing. And then around like the belt area, he has his ninja belt. And then he has like something else kind of wrapped around him. It's a little messy, but I mean, obviously it's like his original suit, just his suit for the wave. And then they add gold to it for the golden suit.
I feel like if anyone could make sense of this, it'd be Joshua Deck. Like I need to see his illustration.
I agree.
Vangelis.
Indeed. Looks very cool in Vangelisy.
I like the design. I think some of these villains pull off the crystal look better than others. I think he pulls it off. Maybe not the best, but one of the best. It just works. He just looks nice, and I appreciate that he's back. And I like the corrupted crystal scythe.
Yeah, the scythe looks really good. Like this.
I agree. Like this.
Like this.
Like this.
Vangelis looks great. I love
the part. The part I like about
the
the scythe is less the scythe and more the crystal.
Yeah. Well, the head of the scythe looks great. It's like it's accurate. And then
It's not accurate to any variant of Cole's scythe that we have seen up till now.
well, it's more accurate.
Not really.
It's definitely one of the closest we've gotten.
I mean, I guess by virtue of a dragon head being a part. Okay, I'm taking a look at the in-show design, and yeah, I guess that is fair, but yeah, it's definitely not the same.
Yeah, like
look.
It's definitely something like more preferred based off of what it looked like in the show. But yeah, the rest of the scythe ain't so pretty in comparison. It's better than it being just like two pieces put together and it's like scythe.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So
Yeah, I recently, as of I think was it January, I acquired like an original Cole minifigure, with the original scythe. Shout out to Atlanta Brick Co. for this one.
woot, woot.
Yeah, this is not a solid adaptation. The adaptation work failed either by on the set side or the show side, and I feel like the sets
Mm-hmm.
came first, so yeah.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Mm-hmm. Let's
Um,
talk about the jet.
yeah, I mean, I go on the minifigures so much because I don't really have a lot to say about the jet, to be honest. The back looks very plain with the flat panels and like the open studs. I don't really have too much to say. The front looks exceptional because it's shaped very well and there's a lot of like curvature.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really, really like the head of the jet where it like fades into the transparent blue and then kind of spokes out the side with like the gold Mystica wings and stuff. And I will say this about this wave: there's a lot of like new big gold blade pieces.
Oh my gosh, there's so many.
Construction fans, be eating good. Enjoy your new swords.
And what color too? Like there's this color which has the blue tips, they have the orange tips, and then they have the full gold. Like
It's
y'all are
cool.
eating well.
I like it.
I love the colors on this set. I think gold, this shade of blue, and white work really good together, and then like a little bit of black and a little bit of gray. It looks really nice.
It's a very
I mostly agree.
It's a very
Yeah.
It looks like the function for this set looks like it's going to be really well done. It looks like it's going to be really good. I really like some of these new recolors. I like seeing the kind of spinner piece in that blue, that dark azure.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's great. I think this evokes strong... Oh gosh, what is it called? The Zane copter from Rebooted.
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
It's funny because even though in that wave, Kai got the jet, this still evokes feelings of that helicopter to me for some reason, and I like it. I think it's very good.
I think it's because Zane is like so far down in the front, which is kind of where he sat in that set as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, here you go. It's not as big, obviously, but it's...
That is very similar in
I
terms
prefer
of just,
this blue compared to the old one.
No, I agree completely.
Yeah.
Azure is epic.
More of an icy color than that one. That one's like, hey, it's Jay.
Yeah, more of a glacier.
Completely
yeah.
agree on that point.
Yeah.
Overall, this isn't something I'm super interested in getting,
It's at a good price.
but I like it, and it's reasonably priced.
It's reasonably priced. Again, you get 2 exclusive minifigures, plus all those new molds and new colors and those giant blades and all that gold for $30, and it's 258 pieces. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Moving
on. All right.
Oh boy.
Here we go. Set number 71769. Cole's Dragon Cruiser. Let's go.
This is such an epic Kai vehicle.
Shut up. It has 384 pieces and it retails for $45. Anyway, the set is so good.
No. Come back. Let's rewind a little bit. You tried to sneak that by. His set is $45.
The set is $45. That's so good. If y'all haven't guessed, I sent this one to I'm kidding.
Yeah, right.
I have
How many pieces does it have again?
384.
384.
Believe it or not, that's not much worse than the Zane jet in terms of ratio.
Not too bad.
It's just like a $5 differential,
giant,
like either way.
Giant tires, giant blades. Has was it 2 exclusive figures?
It's not great by any means, but like it's not
45 is about the highest I would put it at.
If we just said the Zane jet was like pretty good, and then this like is slightly worse, then we'll just say this one airs on not being good.
Yeah, it's borderline.
It's over 100 pieces more, and it's $15 more than the Zane jet.
Yeah.
And personally speaking, just looking at these pictures, like the side view of the car, that looks like the area of the function, it looks a little unfinished to me. And that being the case, along with the fact you're getting 2 exclusive minifigures, but the other 2 aren't, I just personally feel that this could have been $5 less.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
That being said, like if you can choke down the $5, I think a sales tax is potentially going to raise that up. I feel like you might end up paying $50 for this set if you actually got it at retail. And that to me is my grievance, because I agree. I think 45 is the absolute highest that it is reasonable. It's just with the additional tax, and if you're ordering online shipping, you're not paying.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
$45. You're paying $50, and this is not a $50 set.
I agree with that.
That being said, I do think it's a good Cole set.
Yeah.
I do think it has a lot of his hallmarks. It's very tough looking. It's got a cool blade function. It's got like a back to forward function, which I feel like a lot of Cole vehicles have. Or at
How
least
long's it been since we got a Cole vehicle?
A big one? That's
No, the one from Prime
exclusively-
Empire obviously counts.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's say a big one
yes.
that is exclusively his. It's gonna be 2019.
Yeah.
Which one
Because
is that?
the legacy rework for his the driller one.
Oh, the
What's that one called?
Rotojet, the one we reviewed.
Yeah, the Rotojet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Wait.
That's the last one.
2019? No,
There
that
was one from the
2020.
Fire and Ice chapter.
2019. Was it 2019 or
Little
2020?
bike thing.
No, it would have been 2021 because we reviewed that in 2020.
I mean,
Oh.
I was asking more like about new original vehicles.
Oh, original vehicle.
At which
Oh,
point, I
new
think it would
original
be
ones?
the Fire chapter one.
His bike.
Yes.
Yeah, that might be it.
Yeah.
Basically, it's cool. I like it. Not something I'm too interested in myself, but I have also very few complaints about it. I think it looks pretty solid.
It's a good Cole vehicle.
I like seeing gold Borak eyes. You know, living large.
They're back. Yeah.
When was the last time we saw those? Like 2006? No,
Honestly,
probably not that long ago.
I was kind of thinking that because there are some other sets that I was sent that have those, and I want to do a little bit of digging. So
It's cool to see.
yeah, no, they're neat.
And the blades also having like the dual molded colors. Like I am all about that vibe.
The one thing that's interesting is that this set is black and orange, which is not traditional for a Cole set. I think this is one of the first times they've done that, like a this much orange in a Cole set, because he's very recently been combined with black and orange, so it's
True.
very refreshing. Let's talk a bit about Asphyra, because
Yeah, she's the highlight here.
She's the exclusive to this set, as well as Kai's dragon suit. But Asphyra, not sure why she has that tail. It's a ghost Nauticon or genie tail, not a snake tail. I don't think that's what she had in her sets.
I think it is actually.
Maybe I could be wrong.
I'm pretty sure
Unfortunately,
she does.
I have one of the sets that she comes in. I don't quite recall.
I'm like 90%
Oh, she had
sure.
this. Okay, she had a fire. Yeah. Thank you for chat for
Yeah.
posting that.
It was
She
meant
should've
to
got-
be fiery, and now it's just been recolored.
Yeah, it's recolored because she's crystally instead.
Holy
Which
smokes.
I like the crystals on her mold.
It really has been since 2006 since we've seen those gold Borak eyes.
No way, really?
They were only released in 2 sets in that color. Brutaka from Bionicle and Gargoyle Bridge from Knight's Kingdom 2, both of which came out in 06.
What pieces are we talking about?
The little gold things right in front of his back wheels. The little like teeth things sticking forward.
You know,
they were the eyes on the Borak.
On the blade construction, Haley, like the one that's on that gray gear. Let me see. Here, so I'll go ahead and post this. So right in the center of that image, right below the Seabound blade, and on that gray wheel. Do you see that? Those 2 spikes pointing
those
back.
little.
Those are the Borak eyes. Those haven't come in that color
Wow,
since 2006. It's been over a decade.
that's awesome.
That's nuts.
Nice
pretty
to know.
neato. I have very few in my collection.
No,
There you go, you
you
get-
you have like 14 because that's how many came in Brutaka.
Yeah,
Wow.
good old Brutaka.
So Anyway, that's just a fun general Lego fact.
So I mentioned how like some of the villains pull off the crystal look better than others. In my humble opinion, Asphyra pulls it off the best. She looks excellent.
I love the colors on her.
Excellently done. Because it's very similar. She already had that kind of vibe. They just changed the coloration to represent this new crystal vibe instead of fire, and that is quite smart.
Oh yeah.
And I think it works very well to her advantage. Likewise, Kai is like I think I mentioned earlier, it's very hard for me to rank the dragon ninja. Kai is definitely up there. He's not my favorite. Might be number 2, might be number 3. It just looks good. And I like the bold, transparent red, which I think is what that is. Correct me if I'm wrong. Instead of transparent neon orange.
Yeah. It's red.
Very rare you see that. And I love it when you do.
Honestly, these dragon pieces alone are what might be jacking a lot of these prices up, because holy mackerel, those are one of a kind.
I'm going to be honest. I think Kai is my least favorite of the dragon suits. And I don't mean to say that it's bad or I think it's bad. I would have just preferred if the blend of the fire print had been a little less contrasting with the dark red, because it's a very bright yellow. It's a pale yellow printed on a dark red.
That's fair.
I feel like to me that's a little too high contrast. But otherwise it does look excellent. It's still a really good design.
His dragon headpiece is awesome. Like at least from what we can see, it has like it's not too red like the wings, but very good.
I get your point about contrast, and I do get that. I think it's just my love for transparent red that's pushing it up a little bit.
And then we get Golden Cole.
So Cole's the most bizarre design of them all. Explain his design to me, please. I'm begging you. Why does it look like he's just missing a big chunk of armor?
Where, on his leg?
On his body.
Oh, I mean,
I know what they're trying to imply with the other outfits is like, oh, they have like the gold, which is stretching down from their shoulders, which is to represent like the armor, and then their like waist, belt things. But with him, I feel like the bit covers so much more surface area on the shoulders and the top part of the torso than it did on Zane's, that it just looks like he's wearing like armor plating, but they just cut like a chunk of it away like cloth.
I guess. I mean, his suit, obviously his original suit or at least his suit for this wave is underneath it. It's just like, there's not much going on that suit. It's just like his fabric. So that like if you're looking at a distance, it does look like he has a giant hole in his stomach.
That's all I can see it as.
But if you look closely and you compare it to like his other suit, you're like, oh yeah, I see what it is. But it needs like a rope or something just to like.
It needs a rope, or he needed less gold armor.
Yeah,
because if he had less, it wouldn't be as jarring.
I like the hood. Didn't like the hood at first, but I think it looks kind of nice. It works with like the black very nicely. It's funny because I know I said this in the unboxing video, but when I saw this set for the first time, I thought it was Kai who was in the car because the orange transparent hood made it look like it was Kai, because I didn't know that Golden Cole had a golden hood. And that gave me a heart attack, but no, it was Cole after all. Him with his massive eyebrows.
Yeah.
So explain to me this. Why do they have R on their hoods?
R?
R. Is that not the Ninjago letter for R?
Is
it's
it?
On every one of their hoods. That's what people have been saying. I don't know if that's true. I don't know the Ninjago alphabet.
Then where are you getting R from?
I beseech you. The Ninjago fans have been saying this.
So it's R.
Yep, people in the chat saying
Marty
R.
says
R.
resistance.
Nelson and Wu have it too. R.
Retired.
I sure hope not. I hope it's not a I hope that's not a misprint, because that'd be a very tragic misprint. I'm trying to think of what else they could put it as if it was R. I could see it, maybe they meant to do N. And the R? What does the R? This is the biggest question now.
That's what I've been wondering.
Yeah. What does the R mean?
I don't know.
I'm not totally convinced that it's R. Because in this alphabet translation sheet that Magic Ninja posted in our Patreon chat, they're very similar, but yeah, they're not exact. They're the same design, but there's a great deal of difference in the length of the pieces of this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not 100% certain that stands for R, but I could be wrong. So, I don't know. I don't think we have enough information yet, but that's just me.
We'll say R for reboot.
Ooh.
There might be an in-story reason, but I don't know.
No.
I mean, real could work if there are going to be more ninja at play, like they mark them with R for real.
R for really expensive.
That too. Yeah. How about we talk about R for really bad when it comes to the new golden sword?
Okay, yes, this is my least favorite of these new golden item designs. I do not like this sword at all.
Yeah. It's I can see one good use out of it, and that is for stop motion artists. So they can use it when they want to swing a sword. They can just stick that in there, and it helps with animation. It does not look good when it is still, because it does not look like a sword at all.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of it basically whatsoever. I don't know how you could downgrade in every possible way.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. Truly, I don't.
Really?
It looks more like it. I'm not saying it is the same piece. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely not. But it looks more like one of the old techno blades than it does the sword of fire. You know, like the ridges pointing backwards. It's that's never a vibe that I want to have.
It kind of looks more like an axe.
Yeah,
it does kind of look like an axe or like a key.
No, that's memory.
Nice. Obscure reference.
Heck yeah. But yeah, no, I'm not a fan of this design.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
All right.
All right, let us move on.
Is it going to be 71?
No.
No? Which one?
72.
Thank you. Okay.
All right, here we go. The big boy. We're going into set number 71772. The Crystal King.
I know Mario's dying. Dun, 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 dun. Dang, you sound different, Chris Pratt.
Bro.
Wow. Has 722 pieces and retails for $70. We're in the big ones now. But I mean, if it has 722 pieces and goes for $70, that's a really good deal. That's probably the best deal out of any set in this wave. Is it worth it? Let's discuss. Oh,
Yeah.
So
I also built this set. So.
I pushed for you to have this one.
Yeah, I didn't know why at first. It was it's like a giant set. It probably has little limbs. It'd be good for construction, bionic, blah 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 blah. And then he pointed out one minifigure, and I was like, yes, Harumi, it's mine.
yes, the elephant in the room.
Harumi.
Yes,
Harumi.
the pancake in the room.
It's so interesting because she's just called Harumi. She's not a general. All of the other ones are listed as general. But
all I'm saying is they better show a flashback of her surfing down that building. I want to be validated.
Nope, it's not gonna
Years
happen.
later.
She's.
I absolutely want it.
I think she's also the only one with eyes that are like.
Oh wait,
What?
continue. I need to pull up a description
Okay.
because there was a description that had a hint.
Okay.
Oh.
1 second. It's
Okay.
it's under Cole's Dragon Cruiser.
I was wrong about the eyes. I was gonna say she's the only one that has these weird like pink eyes. And no,
I think they all do.
Mechanic has them too. So.
I think every one of the villains has purple eyes,
Right.
but some are more overt than others. Harumi's are definitely the most attention grabbing, and they look quite strange.
Her inclusion is quite strange. Do you need the description, Haley? I have it right here.
Uh,
I'll just read it if you want.
okay. Well, it might not have everything necessary in it. I'm looking for it.
I have
Go for it. Read it.
Kids can enjoy playing out gripping scenes from the Ninjago Crystallized TV series with the Crystal King playset. An awesome gift for kids aged 9 and up. The Crystal King comes in the form of a centaur creature with 4 legs, 2 arms, a pair of wings, a large sword, and a platform in the chest to attach a minifigure. The ideal building set for passionate ninja fans. It's got Harumi and yada da 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 da. Yeah, it's more or less it.
What was the
there's
hint?
Something else. I'm looking for it. Keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to come back to the minifigures, because I have more thoughts. But I want to talk about the Crystal King first. The set's epic. The set's been my most hyped for, and at least from these visuals, does not disappoint. The reason why I'm excited for it is twofold. The Overlord's not my favorite character, but he is one of my favorite villain aesthetics. I absolutely love his vibe, and I always wanted more sets based off him, which is why the Overlord Legacy Dragon is one of my favorite Legacy sets, if not my favorite one. And the fact that, I mean, look, we don't know that this is the Overlord, but that ribcage is very Overlord-esque. So I'd be willing to bet good money that it is him.
Doesn't the Crystal King minifigure also have the symbol of the Overlord on his torso?
Yes, I believe all the villains have the Overlord symbol on their torso.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the Crystal King is the Overlord. If not, I'm happy to be surprised. But
or some similar entity, yeah.
The golden ribcage is a dead giveaway. So, he looks epic. I think they did the gold ribcage super well. The purple interior to it, the wings, the head sculpting is excellent. The horns. Generally, I have very few complaints with how he looks. I think it's awesome. Now, looking at the build, there are some worrying signs. Now, based on how the hips are constructed, I'm afraid posability is going to be pretty limited. Obviously, you can't comment, Haley. I don't want to know. Don't tell me. But I know at the very least he uses the locked joints for the knees.
Well, they're SCCBS pieces. We can see that. They're in purple.
Yeah, the locked
Oh, yeah, I get you.
joints. That's what I meant. Now, that doesn't really matter too much for a 4-legged mech like this. This is one of those rare exceptions where I'm not too bothered about bendable knees. Because I think it kind of needs it for support, especially for a set so heavy. The waist, on the other hand, I don't know. I'm hoping I'm wrong about how it's built, but we shall see. I'm cautiously, I'm not cautiously concerned. I'm just concerned. That's basically it. What do you think, Elch?
So, I really don't like the back leg design from what we can see. It looks patently out of style with the rest of the set. The back leg design looks... They look like they were kind of an afterthought. Like, oh, shoot, wait, okay. We forgot to add these. Quick, just give them back legs. And so it's like the studs on the outside, the black coloration instead of predominantly gunmetal. They just feel like they're from another set. Not this one. The actual build looks really good, though, outside of that. So, I mean, it looks impressive, but it's not a set for me. It lacks a lot of articulation. So,
Fair enough. Haley, what's the description?
All right, this is for Cole's Dragon Cruiser. Launch into an epic battle in Cole's Dragon Cruiser. The evil Serpentina, General Asphyra, has stolen Kai's elemental weapon, and you need to win it back. Whoa! Beware of the Vengestone Bruton's dangerous crystals. Fight back with speed and power by transforming the cruiser into Golden Dragon attack mode. Only you can stop the ninja's enemies, turning everyone in Ninjago City into zombies.
Ah. So what? Your assertion is that like Harumi's a zombie?
That is my prediction.
oh, that's morbid. Wait, then at that point... Okay, what? They wouldn't be turning everyone in Ninjago City into zombies unless they kill everyone, because a zombie is dead and reborn.
Yeah. It's not gonna happen.
Anyway, that was just a hint that might be important. I mean, she could be dead. They bring her back and then turn her into a zombie.
Should be decomposed. It's been years.
Well, decomposed / I mean, it's if they're going to bring her back, they've got magic. And then just the crystals will probably pull her or hold her together, kind of like if they're growing out of the Vengestone Warriors. I'm sure the same thing can happen with her. So, I don't know. It's very interesting that we got the name drop for zombies in this description. But that is at least a prediction of how she could be alive or here.
She could have surfed the building. She could have tuck and rolled. My new personal pet theory is she'll just pull out like a grappling hook, like the moment like the smoke came and like cleared her from Lloyd's view, and she just like grappled to another building. There's all sorts of stupid ways they can do it, and make no mistake.
She didn't just show up for like what 2 years?
Yeah, like make no mistake. If this is actually in the show, I will be criticizing this. Don't mistake the tone of my voice to be like, "Oh, I'm happy," but like I just think it's funny. One thing I will say about the Crystal King before I get into my biggest con is $70 for 722 pieces.
Very good.
I think that's the best ratio of the wave.
Yes.
That's all I got.
I like the purple pieces. I think the purple pieces are fun.
Okay. It's time for some of my biggest critique, and this won't be the last you hear of it. The Crystal King minifigure is an abomination.
Oh my gosh.
It's like next level bad. And all I need to point out why is to just compare the head mold to his henchmen, which look 10 times more threatening and less goofy than he does. I do not know what could have possibly made them think that one big, lumpy, like, molded dragon face, I guess that's what that's supposed to be, would look good when you juxtapose it against the coolness of the Vengestone Warriors that have, like, the transparent stuff leaking out. They could have just done the same thing and made it work. Now, don't get me wrong. I totally get what they're going for. It looks like an Oni, but crossed with a dragon. Because the Overlord, is deeply tied in and all that. And if this is the Overlord, I'm sure that's the angle they're playing on. He's an evil dragon, or he's like an Oni dragon, boy. Because, the Overlord turned into a dragon. That was his whole thing. I get it. I just don't think it looks good. I can't take credit for this. AJ gets the credit. They're not here, so I'm ripping it off. He looks like a video character. He looks like one of those video minifigures that have the gigantic, like, molded animal heads.
Oh, I hate you for saying that.
Or even like a Chima character.
So
where they have like the big head.
So what you're telling me is like the Crystal King mech is the boss fight you battle in the campaign, and then the minifigure is you being able to play as that villain in free roam.
More or less.
That's actually very funny. Very funny. I really hope that the end game character for the Crystal King is going to be the centaur and not the minifigure.
I do as well.
I think that is what's going to end up happening.
I'm sure this will look better in the show.
Yeah.
Like, there's no excuse for it.
The eyes looks like he's just wearing sunglasses.
He does. It straight up just looks like sunglasses. What did they do? I'm 100% positive this will look better in the show. The Overlord. This might be a hot take. I might be going too far. I might be going too far in a few places. Do I actually want to say this? Yes, I do. The Overlord minifigure from season 2 looks better than this.
Oh, that's not even a question.
When he took over Garmadon's body.
No, the everything, like, you know, the chest down looks cool because it has a lot of colors going on, but it still looks really cool.
I don't even like that, but yeah, it definitely looks better. Like,
I could see like maybe combining that with old Overlord stuff, but
I do enjoy the rib cage. I think they translated that well. I like the 2-armed version a lot better than the 4-armed version, which, spoiler alert, we'll get to. Because at least you can see the purple energy leaking through and the rib cage and stuff. I don't know, like, okay. Assuming this is the Overlord, which is assuming a lot, they're clearly tying in the Golden Master aesthetic. But the Golden Master armor got destroyed. It got melted down.
But the gold weapons are still around.
Are they going to re-melt them down?
They might. They might as well.
Did they melt them down to form the armor? And then melt the armor down to forge the weapons, and then they're gonna melt the weapons down to forge the armor again? I might actually like flip my desk over if that's the case. And just look at the older Overlord figures. Every single iteration looks better. Everyone, they all look better. Why?
Well,
why, God?
Even though it's the symbol for the Overlord, it's not technically the Overlord.
How do you know?
The Crystal King, so they can't like be like, it looks just like the Overlord. But
yeah, I know.
It's a different character.
If it's a different character, that's fine. But if it's the same dude with a different form, there's no way I can look at it and have it just not be like a straight downgrade.
It's the Overlord's persona.
Okay, I'm done.
We're moving on. We're done.
I'm done.
Nope.
All right.
Lloyd looks good. Lloyd looks good.
Nope. We're moving on. I don't want to talk about this set anymore.
I mean, it's Minotaur. I keep saying Minotaur. It's a centaur.
Okay. Meso, can we overthrow her? Can we get a new sensei?
Yes, I agree. Okay. Let's do a coup.
Okay.
I will say one thing though before we go. This makes me excited for the show because usually our giant beasts for Ninjago are either dragons or snakes, and this is a completely brand new beast at the giant scale. I'm very excited to see this animated. Because as far as we've seen with Wildbrain, they're very capable of giant beast fights. I mean, Wojier versus Neo was amazing. And this guy has 4 legs and is going to be probably rampaging. I don't want to say Ninjago City, the poor place, but he'll be rampaging something and he's going to look awesome. And I'm guessing he's also very fast with 4 legs. So I'm excited. The set gets me hyped for the show. And you will hear my review on this guy soon.
Well, I'm glad this set got you excited for the show because you weren't otherwise. No, I'm kidding.
Wink, wink. Anyway, let's move on to set number 71771. The Crystal King Temple.
Oh my God! Go ahead. Go ahead. forgot you weren't done.
You forget that with every single person who's trying to like do a thing.
No, go ahead.
That's it's so funny because you like cut yourself.
Go ahead.
She can't finish.
703 pieces and retails for $80. Continue.
Oh my god! This set! I love the Overlord aesthetic so much! This set sucks.
I can't.
It's not good. I like it.
I was like, wait, does he actually like it?
No, it's not good.
Oh,
no. I'm not a fan.
I gifted the set to LJ.
Gifted.
Gifted. The gift of Jay.
Burdened.
The gift of Jay is... It's not like I didn't like it. It's just that I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It is a cool premise, though.
It's a cool premise.
We obviously know what it's supposed to be, at least what we've seen on the box art.
Like it's a flying...
It's a floating
dark
island
temple.
kind of thing. And we've seen it on the box art. Monitor put it in the chat as well. It's very cool, but it's
too bare bones.
It's very bare.
I think the thing that bothers me most about it, this might be a weird comparison. I apologize if it's abstract. It reminds me a lot of the Prime Empire Unagami Temple of Madness in terms of being a very like vertical kind of temple build that has a lot of things pointing upwards, a lot of like platforms to jump on.
Yeah.
But while that one was a unique kind of temple design that, sure, it wasn't like a Temple of Air Jitsu style, but it was like a building with like clearly defined architecture. This just kind of looks like they cheated and they went like easy mode when designing it, and we're just like, let's put like a $15 set on stilts.
Yeah.
That's kind of the vibe I get from it. And I wish it weren't so. But like even the lower, like, okay, the main one is the main platform. That's the obvious one because that one has the actual stilts. The rest of it isn't much better. It's just like steps.
It reminds me of Master of the Mountain, the Skull Sorcerer's Dungeon. It kind of has a very similar appearance to that.
Don't you dare insult my
but obviously the Skull Sorcerer's Dungeon is much better.
There's a big component that set had.
Volume, yeah, it has the freaking skull.
The first word. Yeah.
But I feel like this set could have benefited by splitting it up. And I say that because that's basically what they did for the Master of the Mountain Wave, where they had kind of like where that front build is, that was its own set. And then you connected it to the full thing. And that could allow, number one, another kind of side build that you can put some minifigures in. You can maybe have like a little tiny build in there, maybe a vehicle or whatnot. And then you can focus on your full Crystal King Temple set being the floating island and have that be the centerpiece, because that is a very cool idea that we have not yet seen. I think in Ninjago is a floating structure, and it just was not pulled off, at least from what I've seen in the picture. It just does not look like they were able to. I mean, the purple is cool, but it just doesn't look big enough.
No, it doesn't. It looks very threadbare. How much does this cost again?
It's $80.
$80.
$80
for this.
703 pieces.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
it's
it has pieces, but it doesn't look like it does.
It does not look like it does.
It's one of those sets where it looks smaller than it actually is, just because of how they laid everything out.
Yep.
That's not to say it doesn't have some benefits. It having all the golden weapons and all of the ninja, plus the final form of like Crystal King Boy, that makes it somewhat appealing.
Has all the ninja.
Their suits look good here.
Yeah. Well, these are the. Actually, wait. This is the only set that you can get these versions of the suits in.
Which is weird.
Wait. What?
This is the only set that you can get these versions of the ninja in.
Oh, shoot.
These ninja are all exclusive.
Oh, shoot. Somehow I did not realize that.
Because in the other sets, they're golden, and then
Yeah.
they're...
Remember how I said, like, I was going to send these back? Yeah, you should probably have that coal.
Yeah.
LOL.
The Cole looks great. Cole looks
Wait.
great in everything. He looks
I
really
wrong?
good
Like,
this wave.
Yeah, he looks great
Jackson
in
made
core.
a comment.
Mhm.
Yeah. Jackson made a comment. Every set comes with all the golden weapons.
Not every set.
Is that true?
Not every
Which
set.
set
I was
doesn't?
about to say, I doubt very heavily that Jay's bike has all the golden weapons.
I can confirm, Jackson, without confirming that not every set has it.
All right.
But most
Cool.
do. Yeah, most do.
That's strange.
It's very strange. But apparently this Prime Empire did the same thing.
Oh, okay. Well, then in that case, cool. I mean, thank you for telling me. That makes me have even less reasons to compliment this set. So cool. That works out well. All of the ninja. That's the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be like too mean. Like it's a playset, you know. Like it's two separate builds. You have the giant stairs, and then you have like the temple thing, and
Mm-hmm.
clearly they cared a lot about like having jumping platforms and tricks to find the
Mhm.
weapons. I don't want to be like a total jerk. It just doesn't interest me much.
Yeah.
I imagine you don't have much to say, Elge, considering you can't really.
Yeah,
But,
there's not a whole lot. So I did build this one. So I've...
what did you think of it when you saw the picture?
No, I'm sorry. I ain't gonna Icarus myself there.
All right.
But yeah, no, you'll gain most of my thoughts in the review.
I feel like I burned out most of my like yelling man energy, but just to like follow up part 2, because you have the full Crystal King outfit,
Mhm.
and I just think he looks worse because now the rib cage is obscured in favor of like armor that mimics the look of the rib cage. So what, does he have 2 rib cages?
It looks like a dragon. Actually, now that I'm looking at it.
It kind of does. You see like the snout and the
Mm-hmm.
eyes. So yeah, they're definitely like, don't get me wrong. I'm not too stupid to get the point. I get it. Evil dragon boy. I'm sure it will look much better in the show.
Yeah, Evil Dragon needs to have what, like a good Oni to go up against it? I don't know. That's
Yeah.
crazy though. Good Oni.
Something funny like that.
But yeah, I
That's
feel
all
like
I got.
I feel like if they made the island bigger, it would work. But that's about it.
Yeah. More or less.
The temple structures are pretty clean though. That's about it though. Like the black structures that show like doorways.
Fair enough.
They look pretty nice. And then you get like the cool floating jail.
It's a floating jail.
How are they doing that?
Very carefully.
Interestingly enough, that is a... Oh my goodness, Joshua. How...
Joshua Deck working fast.
Holy crap.
I knew he could do it. I knew he would be able to... Here, I gotta bring this up on screen.
Chris! Legends of Ninjago. Daddy, sorry. Daddy, I mean, if you do that with Cole, I'll definitely do the same thing. Josh, man, you legend.
I definitely agree that sells the concept a lot more.
Mhm.
I would argue one of the reasons why it does is that the white is a little bit like darker. It's
Mhm.
almost like a light gray. So the contrast is much less glaring for me. But I can also see like what it's meant to be like better. So
Someone
yes.
At Ulti.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Josh. The art's on screen now. This is done by Joshua Deck. Many of you know him
Let's
as a
go.
prolific Lego/Ninjago artist, and he is ceaselessly impressive. Thank you, Josh. This is awesome.
Thank you. God,
I
I
agree.
love how you did the dragon for the arms. That's
Yeah,
cool.
no, that's a nice touch. That also helps sell at home.
So real quick, that jail. Go back to set. The jail thing. It is a technique. I don't know how it's pronounced. Tensengrity.
Okay.
There's salty. I think it basically it was a very popular building technique a couple years ago, where people would like make these balancing structures that are balancing on the weight of itself.
Okay.
Tensegrity.
I've seen that recently.
There we go.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I give you 1 cool point, Lego. Wait. A printed piece underneath the scythe that has the Overlord.
Yeah, that was the
symbol.
biggest symbol for me.
2 cool points. Probably a sticker. -1 cool point. We'll see.
All right. We gotta move on.
Onwards.
Onwards and upwards. We're into the big ones now. We're going to talk about set number 71773. Kai's Golden Dragon Raider. It has 624 pieces. The retails for $90.
We're getting progressively worse. The higher we go, the worse. The worse.
So, everyone who likes a Monkey Kid set in Ninjago.
Don't you insult Monkey Kid like this. It has its colors.
It does not.
Nothing else.
It looks so much like a Monkey Kid set.
Not really.
Yeah, no, I agree with Haley. This does look somewhat like a Monkey Kid set.
No Monkey Kid sets are as messy as this. But,
I mean, the shape and concept looks like it would be a Monkey Kid set. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily the execution.
Yeah.
It's so like, okay, there is a part of my brain that's like, all right, I criticize them so much. They do so many generic vehicles. At least this is a cool, unique vehicle style. At least it's something we don't see often.
It's 1 cool point for me. It is different.
It's different, and
wait.
Yeah.
I can do this right now. Okay, everyone. F in the chat for General Mr. F.
Mr. F.
F in the chat.
I will say,
it's your boy.
Here it comes.
I think this might be the first time in a very long time where I have been really, 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 really itching to talk about a Cole set like this.
I agree. Go on.
How dare you?
I dare.
He even has one this way that might be even better than this one.
All I'm saying, Haley, is Kai has a set without Cole. Cole does not have a set without Kai this wave.
Epic.
You know what that sounds like? One less purchase from me.
It sounds like Cole fans. They're desperate. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god. Well, no duh. Do you even know me?
Oh, that is the saddest thing you've said in a long time.
You want me to show you the stone mech that you and I built together? We're that desperate.
That is true. All right, that's fair.
We're desperate to remove Kai from our set.
Yeah, but no, I really do want to talk about this. I have a lot to say about this set because I have built it. But that's going to need to wait for the review. But I really do want as many people to see that review as possible because I think it's probably going to be my most interesting review of this wave.
I'm hyped to see it because on glance, there's still enough about this set that I'd be like, I might be kind of interested in owning this. You know, it looks unique. There's a lot of blades. I'm curious to see the flaws.
You want to know what one big flaw is?
Huh?
It's $90.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have 650 pieces and it has $90.
We're getting bad. We're getting really bad.
This is the most outrageous of the wave.
It's the most outrageous ratio of the wave.
Oh yeah, most outrageous ratio of the wave.
Yeah.
L plus ratio plus. Not enough new molds.
I love the minifigures.
7 minifigures. 2 of them are duplicates. 1 of them is a variant.
I love the other minifigures.
How many exclusives do we get? We get, what, 3 exclusives to this set?
I believe it's just 3. It might be 4, just because I don't know if that...
Vengestone people are?
The one Vengestone person that is different is the one with the dual transparent arms. I don't know if that one shows up in any other sets.
Is Skylar not an exclusive?
Skylar's an exclusive. She's exclusive. Mr. F is exclusive. And Zane is exclusive.
Oh, but Coastal Kai is the one that's not. Okay.
Kai is not, no.
Cool.
All the Golden Ninja are in the big one.
I have some critiques about the minifigures.
Okay, go for it.
I don't like Skylar's face paint. I'm glad she doesn't have it on one of her faces. Mr. F, as much as I'm glad, trust me, if Mr. F actually makes his way into the show, I will be talking about it in jubilation. There will be a party in the streets. Basically, my complete polar opposite feelings about Harumi coming back. But on a set-based perspective, I think he probably has the worst transition into the crystal attire.
Gonna have to agree.
It just doesn't work, especially because they had him keep the visor. That was a missed opportunity. They could have recolored that visor.
The visor, I guess, if they made the visor translucent pink or
it's the Asphyra principle.
Yeah, I can see that. I also don't like what they chose as like the other, because it's a samurai hood instead of a regular hood. Oh, Jackson's like, I love new helmet. I'm like, it doesn't match the visor very well. I just
look at the 2 figures and I'm like, this one's a clear downgrade.
Yeah, which is interesting because in the crystal, he looked normal. Like he looked like the old version. So I don't know.
How interesting.
So I hope it's not the new way because I think the helmet looks big on him. They might be able to make it work in the new set wave, but I don't know. Skylar looks awesome.
Yeah, she looks great. Best 1 star of the show is Dragon Zane.
Oh my gosh, yes.
He, despite my critique, but I know it might sound a bit hypocritical, me saying like the gold doesn't work. Okay, yeah, I still agree mostly, but there's less white, so I can kind of forgive it more. I think the way they did this works very well because it looks like the wings have like iced over. That's what I most enjoy about it. It's just a way the transparent pieces are arranged. It just works exceedingly well. I don't really have much else to say concretely. I vibe very heavily. These minifigures are excellent.
Yeah, it looks great. I very much like the what is that symbol on his chest? Is that his symbol, I'm guessing?
Probably.
Yeah, the colors are good. Dragon head looks awesome. I'm glad they picked that color for the translucent instead of just like translucent white, because then you'd just be like gone, invisible. But it looks really good.
That's all I got, really.
No signs of robot on him. Since we have seen all of the dragon figures, here comes my crackpot Ninjago theory. Let's go back to Seabound, and we saw Energy Nia, and we're like, oh, cool, this must be her true potential. And then when we found out what it meant, we were like, oh no, don't do that, Nia. And then she did, and now she's dead. which means they're capable of doing that. These are obviously their energy forms, and they're dragons. So my crackpot theory is that the ninja are going to do the same thing, but their energy forms are going to be like energy dragons, and they're going to die.
Oh no.
Huh.
That is my theory. And we even have a set that has elemental dragons together as one big dragon that Lloyd rides. And
So here's the thing. There's one really big reason, one really big 3-letter reason why I'm not gonna get too excited about the prospect of more people dying. But if that does happen, that's so epic.
I mean, I think it would be cool, but I don't think it's gonna happen because Ninjago's evergreen. Killing off all the ninja except for Lloyd is probably not a good thing. I think
I've been wanting a new generation for a while.
You want new gen for sure.
Kill the past, let it die.
Yeah. But I seen all of these dragon forms after seeing what happened to Nia is giving me a big like sort of thing. As in they might do the same thing and sacrifice their humanity to become ultimate versions of their elemental source, which just happened to be dragons, and then maybe they come together to make, I don't know, like an ultra dragon or something like that, but now they just can never go back to being humans again after that. And then the Romeo and Juliet fan inside of me is like, oh, what if Nia gives up her elemental at the same time that Jay gives up his humanity, and then it's like, oh no,
two ships passing in the night.
Yeah, 2 ships posted in the night. So it's one of those like, it's possible. That's my prediction. Might not happen, but that's my prediction. You heard it first here today. If it happens, I called it. If it doesn't happen, oh well. They're still really cool minifigures. So
well, there you go. We're not really talking about the set too much because I don't really have much to say. Like, I feel like it has a lot of flaws. I'm curious to see them in the review. On principle, I like that it's unique, and I like that they just spam blade pieces in the set. So as of now, it's kind of still in my it'd be cool to have list. I'm curious to see if that changes. But it's definitely not worth the money.
I agree. Mostly because of stuff I'm gonna say. At least future me is gonna say. So
all right.
Yeah.
In that case, I think we can pretty much move on.
All right, 2 more sets left.
Lovely.
Let's talk about set number 71775, the most controversial set in the wave. Nia's Samurai X Mech, and that is Mech fully capitalized. It's the largest set with 1,003 pieces, and it retails for $120.
Ha.
I need to count how long I was silent after I saw this set when I pulled it out, because it was a very long time because I didn't know what to say about it because I was both blown away and also in complete shock, also devastated while also being incredibly excited.
I feel like
I have a lot to say.
Part of that devastation is probably my fault. This is the only set of this wave that I fought to review, and I am sorry about that, Haley, but
he when I showed it to him, he was like, I want that. And I'm like, but I want that. And he was like, I want that. I was like, okay.
That's the thing. I'm going to be sending it back. I just wanted to review it because this is the most, and I can say this because it's not like a review thing. This is the most Power Rangers looking mech I have ever seen from Ninjago. Like, all the other mechs are generally something more specifically anime looking, like mecha. But this one looks like it's from Power Rangers. And I grew up on Power Rangers. Specifically, ironically enough, I started with, I think it's called, is it Ninja Storm or Ninja Thunder? I feel like it's Ninja Thunder, which is a hilarious irony. Yeah, Power Rangers Ninja Thunder. And, or maybe I'm wrong. Whatever. Anyway, they were ninjas. And, yeah, this is, like, straight out of that. And I am a big fan of that. So, you will have it. I promise.
I'll have it back.
But
for now, LJ has built it. He has seen it with his own 2 eyes.
Ninja Storm. Thank you, Monerb. It's Power Rangers Ninja Storm.
That's even worse because Nia's Storm.
LOL.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's got my favorite green Power Ranger uniform. I'm getting off topic. Bottom line is, I can't talk a whole lot about this right now, but yeah, I'll be reviewing it.
I have a lot of things to say, and I feel like they're gonna get me like yelled at. So I'll start off with some praise. I really, 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 really like the Garmadon minifigure.
Yeah.
It is exceedingly excellent.
Oh,
in a world where fat-faced Garmadon has been mocked endlessly for years, he has been evolved.
I'm sorry. For some reason, I thought you were going to launch into, like, the intro to Gargoyles, like, where fat-faced Garmadon and the sword rule.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
Like, I don't know. It just looks really good. And I've seen some people criticize it, like, oh, well, it doesn't really look like it did in the show. They've, like, dramatically redesigned it. Yes, they did. They did dramatically redesign it, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
They in this very rare instance, I'm perfectly okay with a radical departure. I think it's a good thing. It looks ornate. It looks intricate. It's got enough colors. The horns don't look super goofy. It works really nicely. And it's not like it isn't recognizable. You can still see like the white, patterning and stuff that Garmadon has. It's sick. The torso printing also looks really good. It's kind of like an evolution of his rebirth kind of torso print, except he's finally patched up, like the broken bones sticking out.
His heart is back.
His heart is back. He's got a cool, like, purple cloth, purple hands for some splash of color. It's just a really solid minifigure, and I love it. But that's not all. Pythor
is back in a set. It's been so long.
Don't take him for granted either. They put a lot of work into him. Both the head and the tail have new printing. And it's great.
Yeah, he looks good.
And then we have the mechanic. And then we have Woo. And then we have Woo, who has brought back his Golden Dragon Master armor. Yes!
Yeah, he looks really, really cool.
Hunted continuity. I dig it. That made me happy to see.
And we've got Nelson.
Why is Nelson like
Nelson's
Azure?
tiny? That's a great question. I don't know why he's... I mean, he's looking more like a modern hero than he is like a classic ninja. Obviously, bringing in the head mold from Hidden Side, with the new hat design. I think he looks cool. I think he'll look better in the show. Not a fan of that blue though. I feel like they could have picked a different color.
For somebody who's supposed to be the purple ninja, I don't feel like the purple should be diminished. They probably
should reverse it so that he's wearing like a purple jacket with maybe a blue like vest and a blue hat. I don't know. The hat's very interesting. The first thing I thought of when I saw the hat was that it's like a cool symbol for Woo. I don't know if anyone else sees it.
Yeah, I see it.
But now, I mean, it could look like a like the R symbol for ninja. But for me, I just see Master Wu in there, like a very straight line.
It's a stylized rendition of Wu. Yeah. I will say, I do want to point out I've heard this, I don't know if it's totally true because I haven't looked it up. This Pythor figure is the first and only time thus far that Pythor has been released as a set with purple arms.
Hey,
That's
nice.
epic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
he
I
had-
forgot to mention that earlier, but continue.
He also has his eyeliner, which he doesn't have in the series, which makes me kind of sad. He's the ossification of Pythor is gone.
Dear God.
Which is really sad because it looks really good on him. But
Joshua Deck pointed out Wu and Garmin have the same style of robes, just different colors.
yo, that is cool. Brothers, two
High
arms.
vibe.
And he also Garmadon is fighting with them. Like on the box, he's like fighting alongside them and not an enemy, which is really interesting.
It's sick.
It's very nice.
And Jay also looks really cool. I like
and
the
then
gold. And that's all the minifigures.
Yep.
So very nice.
Wait a second.
Good.
Wait,
No.
wait a
It's very.
second.
Oh wait, no.
Missing one.
You're forget one. The Vingestone Warrior. Vingestone Warrior boy looks cool.
No, goofball. We forgot about the dead girl. Hi, Nia. What are you doing here? Go back to your grave, aka the ocean.
She looks very
We want our pixel back.
She looks very
Alive.
not dead.
She doesn't look very. Yeah, she looks
She
very.
has
alive.
she has life in her eyes.
Yeah, she's not.
It's a mistake.
I'm gonna be honest. Okay, so Haley, you had your crackpot theories earlier in the episode.
Oh boy.
Here's mine. This is Pixel, and she is looking like Nia as an homage, and she made this mech her colors as an homage. However, at some point in the season, the colors are gonna flicker back to normal Pixel colors, and you're just gonna hear a pop as Ulti explodes. Like, out of just sheer rage. Because he's gonna be like, we were so close. We had the perfect pixel in it, and then they took it from us. And I can't do Ulti's voice right now. I'm too tired.
Yeah.
But
Pixel's gonna disguise herself as Nia, voice and face, in order to protect her friends from her enemies.
No,
protect her identity.
she might do it to mess with the enemy, like because there are some enemies that are from their past, and if she dresses up as Nia, then I might throw them off for like a second. But
she gets into a fight
I
with
don't know.
Jay and is like, all right, well, here, have some emotional trauma. And Jay's just sobbing for the rest of the battle. It's like,
let's say that is very cruel to Jay.
she's like, we need a water ninja. Jay, your tears will suffice.
Mm-hmm.
If I can suppress.
I could totally see Pixel making this set though, and like as a way to cope with Nia dead. Like I made a set. I made a set. I made a set for
seed. No, I'm doing this. Pixel can do the coping. I'm doing the seeding.
Yeah.
We've seen the set in the show now.
We have.
Which is really weird.
It's a lot rounder in the show.
It's a lot rounder, and the head is very like accentuated.
The head is
like,
purple, which is like that's the color of the enemy.
And the spike is way bigger.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. But we see it so early.
I will say this before we move on to the set. Nia's minifigure looks good.
Yes, she does look good.
And that's all I'll say. Because that's all I could really say.
Yeah.
Without going on a tangent.
Pixel looking like Nia looks fine.
I agree.
I'm just so excited for the ulti rant, guys. I'm just, oh my gosh, it's what I'm living for.
It's certainly my preferred outcome. What do you guys think about the set?
Ulti and AJ working together is going to create a fire in the UK.
Yup. Or I guess since LJ can't really talk, what do you think about this set, Haley?
I really, really like it. Number one, it's literally a mixture between Cole and J colors.
Are you friggin' oh my gosh. No!
So it's a Cole and J mech with a giant red X. So no bruise, everybody, but we get the Cole and J mech. I love the knees.
Okay, yeah, that's reasonable.
I'm guessing they are very well built. Again, I don't know, but you also cover up the knees with the mold that they made for Seabound, recolored in black. The cockpit thing. which is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It looks really good on the set. The feet look so cool and they're massive. Um, I love like all of the padding, all of the armor. It looks very like well built. It doesn't feel like there's really studs sticking out anywhere. Um, the head looks really cool in this. Doesn't really get pulled off the same way in the show. I would say the only thing I don't like are like the shoulder pads. They kind of stick up a little too far. But other than that, uh, we know that Neek designed this, and Neek like absolutely knocked it out of the ballpark with
He
this set.
continues to find ways to take away Lego's justifications and their
So
rationalizations.
We can't do knees. And Neek is like, watch me.
If a $120 mech can have knees, there's now no longer an excuse for $20 to $30 mechs to not have knees. In my humble non-set designing opinion. It's exceptional that this mech has them. It dramatically increases its value, and yeah, you should be very proud of yourself, Neek, for that
Absolutely.
one. I think it's
a beautiful set.
Absolutely wonderful.
He also posted a picture comparing it to Zane's Titan mech, and this thing is much bigger. It's like by a whole head.
Yep.
Bigger, which is even more impressive because that's a very big mech.
True. It's very sick. I love it.
All right. Also, the side build is really cute too.
It's a little dragon.
Is it a dragon? I can't tell. Oh, it looks like either a dragon or like a little beast.
Yeah, I mean, I get dragon vibes, but it might not be.
It's very cute.
So, aside from my deep reservations that this set exists, and my incredibly trepidatious feelings about it and what it means, unfortunately, I don't think I'm a fan of how it looks, and I feel like I'm in the extreme minority on that. And I'm somewhat disappointed because I'd like to be as hyped for it as everybody else is. I'm sure I'm gonna buy it on principle alone because I have to like put my money where my mouth is about the knee thing. But there's just a few too many things about it that don't fully click. The red X, hard pass on that one from me. Not only does it overcomplicate the color scheme IMO, but I just don't think it looks good. It looks very blocky. Because it's made using large pieces, it takes up a lot of real estate on the model. So when my eyes are drawn to it, my eyes do not immediately go to the detail and the intricacy of like the limbs, and I can't really see the intricacy of the torso. It goes to big blocky red X. I don't really vibe with that. I get what they were trying to do. And it, Elge makes good points. He's like, "Oh, it's Power Rangers. It's it's Mecha." I get it. I get it. Doesn't really work for me. Additionally, what you mentioned about the shoulder pads being too high up. Again, I know what they're doing. I'm pretty sure they're meant to have like those flicking missile launchers, so you're able to like rotate the shoulder pads to face them forwards. So you can actually fire the little missiles out of them. And in order to do that, they had to be raised up slightly. That's nice. Not worth it. It's especially notable when you just look at it compared to the Zane's Titan mech, where its shoulder pads were very like form-fitting and very bulky. Nia's looks like they just kind of are sat on top of the mech, and I genuinely think it would probably look better if you just took them off. Which might be maybe not. That might be an incorrect statement.
Or you just kind of like make a separate build that just makes it more flush to the arms.
Yeah. Now, admittedly, those are really the only points I dislike. I like the legs. I like the arms. I like what I can see of the torso. it uses a lot of those scaled armor pieces, like a lot. So the whole mech looks very like scaly, very like patterned armor.
Mm-hmm.
It's a unique look. We don't often see it. There are, the colors. It's funny you mentioned how it's like Cole and J colors. I wish there wasn't so much black on it. I feel like there's more black on it than blue, which is kind of a problem.
It's got like boots and gloves on.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the look they're trying to go for. Not the end of the world. I don't know. I wish I liked it more. Maybe I will when I get my hands on it. On a design level, I think it deserves like friggin' awards. It's just on like an aesthetic level. I don't click with it too much. But I mean, as people have been pointing out in the chat, it is it is Pixel. Pixel has the red X on her chest.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Like
don't get me wrong.
it has a lot of mocking ability. Like I feel like we can take it and recolor it. We can take it and mess with the shoulders. We can take it and mess with the head a little bit if we want to. Honestly, I'm very curious to see if this can be recolored to match Pixel's color scheme. I don't know if it's possible if those pieces exist in that dark blue or white. Obviously the knee pads don't, unless you want to do like the same color cockpit.
Yeah, that's basically all I got. I feel bad that you can't talk about it more.
I mean, I'll be fine. I can talk about it later. Like I'd like for us to do maybe another episode like this where we get to talk a little bit more in depth on our experiences with these sets. I think that'd also be fun to do with some that maybe wanted to also discuss it. Sakota was going to be here today, but unfortunately he does need to get some sleep. So I hope he's.
That's a smart idea. Bring on like some of the other folks.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
So I'm not too upset. Also, I get to make up for it because I get to talk about the next one when we're ready to move to that one.
True,
Indeed.
Which I am.
Cool. One last thing before we go, though. One reason why I do think that Nia got a set is because all of the other ninja got one, and they were addressed to it by name.
It's
so like
possible.
Even though like Nia did die in the story, the sets are kind of a completely different beast to take down, and to have her just like not show up if no one's not following the story, it'll be like, what do you mean there's no set for Nia? Like it kind of looks bad.
If that's the reason,
that
totally
could
fine.
be a valid reason, but
that's fine.
I mean, when's the last time we've had a set wave that had every single ninja have a vehicle and they're listed like Kai's blank blank, Cole's blank blank, Zane's blank blank, Jay's blank blank, Lloyd's blank blank, and then Nia doesn't have. I mean, I guess obviously, like I don't know the last time that we've had a set wave like that, so that could be a reason why Nia could have or be Nia would be required to have a set, but it still doesn't feel good, especially after what happened in the story. It all depends on what happens in the story. I don't care if she gets a set as a set, but if she reappears in the story in a non-organic way because of the set, that's not gonna be good. But Shaw, are you ready for the last one?
Indeed. Go on.
Set number 71774. Lloyd's Golden Ultra Dragon with 989 pieces for $140.
I am in agony.
I am in misery.
Ah, that's a weird state to live in.
But yeah, I'm in misery. But
all right,
I built this set already. You're gonna get my review about it.
Sharp intake of breath. Restrain yourself. Restraint.
If I could do it for the mech, you can do it for the dragon.
I know.
Restrain. All right.
So here's the deal.
Yeah.
That is an unbelievable price. That is like an insane price for less than 1,000 pieces.
Far too much, in my opinion.
A set that I have consistently internally debated getting for ages now. Legacy Destiny's Bounty, which I've been constantly being like, nope, I'm not going to do it. That set has 1,781 pieces, 7 minifigures, 3 of which are unique to that set. It retailed for $130, $10 less than this. And it has almost 1,000 pieces more in 3 exclusive minifigures. This set has 9 minifigures, so 2 more. 1 is exclusive.
Yeah.
This is a painful price point, especially at its piece count.
Especially since it's the most expensive set of the wave, too.
It is the most expensive set in the wave. For this price, you can get 3 individual vehicles. In fact, since I'm not good at math, I'm going to just go ahead and do this. And okay. So, okay, thank you. Yeah, you can get Jay's Golden Dragon Motorbike, Cole's Dragon Cruiser, and Zane's Golden Dragon Jet for $95. So you can get 3 individual sets for less than the price of this single one and have more to spare.
Yep.
That is brutal.
It's not good.
That is
It's not good.
really, 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 really brutal.
Now, here are the reasons why. Gold tax.
Here, so
That's the first thing I'm going to tell you is this dragon is gold.
clarification. Here are the reasons we believe.
We believe, yes. The reasons we believe are expensive. The first one is gold tax, because this dragon is completely gold, almost head to toe. It's like almost insane how much gold is on this dragon.
Mm-hmm.
There are 4 heads. Each of, let's see here. There's 4 heads total. Obviously, Ultra Dragon. Kai's is his individual mold. Cole is an individual mold. Zane and Jay share a mold, but with a different recolor. They all have individual patterning, and there are 2 molds that they share for the bottom jaw. So no dragon is like, every dragon is unique to each other, mold wise. And then you get 6 giant golden blades,
which are new
7
pieces.
if you count the tail, which are new pieces.
The 7th is an old piece.
That in itself, I would price around like $30 for all of that, because of that is crazy for the amount of molds, including the gold tax, including the gold pieces. $30 to $40 for all of that.
I say that's crazy, but then I look at the 4+ set and I'm like, you might be onto something.
Like the molds are crazy. Like, these are very unique dragon heads.
Whatever says Kai has the water dragon head.
But
Ouch.
in gold.
Yeah.
It's a recolor. Is Cole's brand new?
No.
His top head.
No, I don't recognize exactly where it's from, but no, it's not new.
Oh, his top head and his bottom head are the same?
The bottom
That's
jaw
funny.
is... We've seen it before.
Yeah, the bottom jaw was used in core.
Yeah.
That's Kai's
And
jaw.
the top, I think, is just the bottom jaw.
I think it's the same jaw. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So.
But they're all in gold.
They are in gold, yes.
Um, and then minifigure wise, I think you only get one exclusive minifigure. But that one exclusive minifigure happens to be what many fans are calling him, Lloyd Oni. Golden Oni Lloyd.
He looks stupid. There, I said it.
No, he looks fantastic. He looks awesome.
I said what you're all too scared to say. I speak the truth.
He looks so good.
No. I don't vibe. All my complaints I had, well, okay, all the positive things I said about like Garmadon Oni, I can't really say for Lloyd Oni.
Oof.
He looks kind of goofy. Who knows?
The helmet looks cool. I can definitely see where it comes goofy because it looks kind of weird. I can't really imagine what that's going to look like in the show.
I'm very terrified.
His suit looks fantastic.
Yeah. I can see the scales, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I see what they're doing.
It looks very, very cool. I worry what he looks like in the show. But
well, I worry that like the Garmadon redesign is only going to apply to the minifigures and that he's going to look the same in the show, which means that Lloyd Oni might just be like a stretched version of Lloyd's face with golden face paint.
I sure hope not. I don't know what they're going to do for him, but
I'm glad people are happy about it. It is a momentous thing.
Yeah,
many people have predicted this for a while. You being one of them.
Back in 2020, baby.
Yeah. So this is it's a wish list item. You know, Lloyd taps into his.
Thank you, Jackson, for that cursed image.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. The dragon itself.
Yeah, talk about the dragon. I'm gonna sit back and listen.
LJ, what do you think?
I think it is an impressive looking dragon. Personally, I do think that the design is very well done. It's very reminiscent of Lloyd's legendary dragon we got earlier this year. And I actually do think there are some preferential aspects to it. I think some of the building choices are better than the legendary dragon. I think the wings are technically going to be better because it's easier to see the construction. I kind of like some of the tail more, and I think the heads look fine. The Ultra Dragon has never been a concept that's necessarily bothered me, and I think this is the cleanest it has been executed basically ever.
On that we can agree.
And I think that torso design, the feathering on the chest is remarkably impressive.
I agree.
So
I'm with you on that.
In that respect, it does impress me.
It's definitely the best Ultra Dragon. I'm the opposite. I've never liked the Ultra Dragon style. I think it's been very goofy. But I gotta, recognize they've improved a lot. They found a good balance of like giving them molded heads, but not having them be super gigantic because they don't need to put the Thornax launchers in their mouth anymore. Having the body be gold helps it feel, cohesive when it's all like one color instead of like the first Ultra Dragon, which just had all those bits of like wood or like brown pieces or whatever that was supposed to be kind of like all over it. I like aspects of this. I just think it's a little too cluttered with the heads. For me. I like that they seem to have a lot of range of motion. Some of the alternative angles show like they're very like multi-jointed. That can certainly help in terms of posing them because you'd want to get them out of the way of each other if at all possible, make some space. And if you're able to do that, the set will automatically be better. So, if you're someone who isn't bothered by the multiple head things, you'll probably adore this. I do think the tail is better than Lloyd's legendary dragon. I agree, but I also think, it shares similar problems. I don't like it when they cheat with tails like this and just make them giant swords. Never been something I vibe with altogether too much. Yeah, I mean, my only other critique that I would say is I don't like how the wings are very like obviously just kind of like Technic stapled on top of the rest of the body. They break up the visual cohesion a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't know how they would do it otherwise.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I don't know.
I have very strong opinions about this set.
Yeah, I'm sure you hate it like me.
Oh, I absolutely. So bad. How could they do something this awful?
Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
Look at my calendar.
Hence my heavy sarcasm.
That's crazy.
Y'all are gonna hear my review about this, and I want y'all to see it the same way that LJ wants you to see his Kai car set, but for a completely different reason.
Nice.
I have very strong opinions about this set, so please watch my review.
On that subject, I did want to quickly, if that's okay with you guys, compare this to Kai's set.
But of course.
And illustrate just how bad of a price Kai's is set at. Haley definitely helped open my eyes to this. She made it clear that this was a thing. So Kai's set has 624 pieces. This set has 989. So it's got about 300 pieces more than Kai's. It is also, let's see, Kai's is $90. This is $140. So this is it about $50 more?
About that.
$50 for 300 pieces. Kai's is still worse because when you look at the actual, like the things required to jack up the price that high, recolors, new molds, exclusive minifigures, new molds on minifigures,
gold.
Well, yes, gold. Ultimately, Kai's loses out. It has 7 minifigures. The dragon has 9. Of Kai's set, 3 of them are exclusive, but a whole 3 of them are... 2 of them are duplicates. 1 of them is a variant of the duplicates, and 1 of them is in this set. So you're really... You're paying $90 for a significant lack of exclusivity from most of the minifigure pool. When it comes to Lloyd's Golden Dragon, you have 9 minifigures, and yes, 1 of them is exclusive, and that is a problem. However, you're also getting every Golden Ninja in one set, along with the Golden Dragon, which has more of the new pieces, as more of the new pieces in gold. It has more gold pieces. I think some of them are recolors, but I'm not totally sure. You are getting goons, which 2 of them are the same, and I think 1 of them is a variant of the 2 that are the same. But you're getting the 2 extra minifigures in this set that you aren't in Kai's.
Mm-hmm.
And you get the Crystal King, although that counts against it for me.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. getting the main villain and the perfected version of him is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are getting the Crystal King as well. So ultimately, you're getting a better selection of minifigures that you are probably going to want to get. They're not quite as niche in one fell swoop. Now, the argument could still... See, I'm just saying, like, that is the argument as to why this is still a better deal than Kai's. There are more items to be valued in this dragon set than there is in Kai's. That said, For $90, you're also only getting one for $140, you're also getting one exclusive minifigure. When again, you can get all of those other figures, the Golden Ninja minifigures, in other sets.
But one of the sets includes the $90 one.
Unfortunately, that's the caveat.
Yeah.
So, it's really, unfortunately, it is kind of lose-lose. But, yeah, I just wanted to illustrate that point.
Indeed.
Yeah. But either way, the prices are not good.
It's a better value than others in the wave, but it's still a bad value, basically, is the way I would basically break it down.
I could see paying up to 120 for this.
Even then, I'd be
140 is pushing it. 120 would be like, that's crazy, but that's still like, okay, it's almost 1,000 pieces, and then look at all the molds and look at all of like the blades.
There's
that's
more
like,
of an argument you could make at that point.
Yeah, you can make a better argument. Even then, Nia's Samurai X Mech takes the cake because like it's over 1,000 pieces. It's $20 less, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minifigures that are exclusive to the set, and that is of its 8 minifigure pool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The mech is definitely crazy when it comes to like the value that it gives.
Yeah.
But I love this dragon so much.
I'm
just looking at the pictures, and I'm like, the pictures are just so pretty.
Stop it.
The pictures are so pretty.
The pictures are so pretty.
All right. That's all I got.
Yep.
Thoughts on Wave as a whole?
One of Ninjago's best in a very, very long time.
I'll agree. I think this is I think this is a super strong wave.
And I think this may be Ninjago's best minifigure wave.
On that, I will agree. For sheer variety and designs.
We get 3 ninja suits.
For sets,
Lloyd gets 2. The ninja get 3.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Plus all like the one-off characters and all the different villains and stuff. It's definitely strong in many ways. Set-wise, I don't know. I think when you actually take a look at the sets on offer, I will actually contest there are more misses than hits. When you have the 4+ set, and then you have the generic J bike, and then you have the Crystal King Temple, which is very threadbare. You have the Crystal King, which sure, I think he looks good, but there's some concerns over his posability. Then you have Kai's weird car. You're really left with 4 that are really like unabashedly good. And, not to bash on Zane or Cole's cars, but they're not going to win any awards for originality.
Yeah.
But I do think they are very well designed. It really comes down to the big 2. And I don't really like the look of the mech or the dragon. So, no, I can't really say this is one of Ninjago's best waves for me. But it definitely has some good highlights. And the minifigures knock it out of the park.
Yeah. I can see this as being a very good wave for kids. If for kids you don't really care about, like the ins and outs of Lego sets, like these are really, really good play toys, really good vehicles, possibly a really good play set. Again, I don't know. None of them are really like, shelf pieces that they've sometimes done.
They feel
like
a lot
the only
more
2 that I can
like play items.
Yeah. Like they like we don't have any like $200 sets, which is, at least we don't have $200 sets, but they are still pretty expensive for what they are. I can see this wave being very successful. It's going to look really pretty to see them on store shelves. The box art for these are absolutely insanely beautiful. But my whole philosophy with purchasing sets has been the sets that impact me the most while watching the series. In this wave, I can predict that the 2 that would impact me the most is going to be the Crystal King and the Ultra Dragon. I don't think any other sets would be like, ooh, I must get that one. Nia's Mech we've already seen. and unless it does something really cool, it doesn't really appeal to me. It only appeals to me because it looks super awesome, and it's going to look great next to Zane's mech. And it has knees, and and it's Cole and J colored. That's the big one, is Cole and J colored. But yeah, there's one set in particular this wave that is very important to me. And I love it so much. But I can't talk about it yet. So I'll see y'all soon so I can talk about it.
It's okay, I know it's the 4+ set.
Yes, it's the 4+.
And that's the one I have. Sucker.
4+ dragon is the best dragon Lego's ever made.
All right, thank you. All right,
LJ, your turn.
Your
turn, LJ. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I actually kind of, I do agree with both. I think it is a really strong, it's a strong wave, not so much for display, but I think all of the sets look really good together. I think there is a lot of value in this wave. I think that the vehicles... So, my thoughts on Jay's motorbike, real fast, because I don't have it. I feel like it goes to show that these sets are... Okay, I'm going to restart the sentence. This wave feels like it is a conglomeration of a lot of the things that people look for in Ninjago sets. You have vehicles which are very stylistically Ninjago vehicles, but are also very central to the visual identity of certain characters. Jay has a motorbike. He's had plenty of them. Cole has a large, basically monster truck. Zane has a flying vehicle of some kind, which to me, I do associate Zane with flying vehicles, given that he's had actually quite a handful of them.
I do as well.
You have a playset in the Crystal King Temple. You have a large monster of some kind in the Crystal King. You have Kai in a large, fast-looking red vehicle. You have a giant dragon, and you have a large mech.
You know what it doesn't have?
What?
A giant ship.
You're right, there is no Destiny's Bounty, but it doesn't matter because it would crash anyway. So, all in all, it does feel like it's almost like it is a on-paper greatest hits for a Ninjago wave. So for that, I appreciate it. And I think there is a lot to enjoy. And I think Haley is right. None of these feel like display sets. They feel very heavily like they're play items. And I appreciate that too. At the same time, and this is the thing that's going to keep it out of like top 5 waves for me, the full wave is about $800.
Oh, it's more than that.
Oh, wait, how much is it?
Hold on, I texted to my parents because my parents were curious to know. Let me pull it up.
Because I have a point to make.
Oh, no, it is almost $800 total. It's like $795 total.
Okay, yeah, so it's
Agony.
so with tax and shipping, you're gonna be paying about $800 for this total wave. Sensei, permission to talk about a previously released Lego theme that.
Oh my gosh!
I just
Yes, y'all. We know Bionicle was like that
no.
thing.
I'm trying to make a price point. May I?
Granted.
Thank you. So at almost $800, this one half wave of Ninjago costs more. I'm doing some quick skimming of a document I made for a video I made. It costs more than any full year wave of Bionicle. The totality of Bionicles, in fact, it costs more than Bionicle's reboot in 2015 and 2016. Both years combined.
No way.
I did a video, every Bionicle set ever. It's on the channel. I'm very proud of it. It has every Bionicle set, or every set from Bionicle is the title of it. And I do price and part calculations for retail. Generation 2 cost $555 at retail.
Dude. And those were even some of the more expensive, like, on average sets. Like, you didn't have gigantic Bionicle sets, but every one was more expensive than the old average.
Yeah. Generation 1 cost $3,633 at retail. And, gosh, that would make this wave about like a third of that price, I think.
And I think it goes without saying that it's the most expensive Ninjago wave.
I don't know. I haven't done those calculations, but probably.
Probably except the movie.
Maybe. I don't know. Real
the first
quick,
movie wave was
Toe of Plastic in our Patreon chat says, is that accounting for inflation? No, it's just like at retail price. So at inflation, I'm actually somewhat confident that it would probably be comparable. I think they would actually be pretty close together. But my point being, it's very expensive. That is a massive, massive, massive drawback. And when some of these sets are taking up full quarters of that price, those are hard pills to swallow. That's a tall ask from LEGO, especially for Ninjago, which has been notorious for having reasonably priced sets that are pretty well accessible to kids and families.
This is definitely
This is
a
not
first.
that.
Yeah.
It's very, very depressing because usually it's like, yeah, Ninjago's always had good prices. They didn't have to worry about the extra, $20-$40 that are tacked on to the end of the set because of it's Star Wars or it's Disney. But yeah, this is not good. Now the cynical person in me is just like, well, the only two that are like really, really high up are Lloyd set and Kai set, which are the most selling ninja probably in Ninjago. And because of that, we're going to tack on 20 extra bucks because they're going to sell a lot of those sets and you're going to make extra money because of it.
That's pretty funny.
Shame on LEGO if that's the case.
Wouldn't surprise
But
me.
also, not going to complain because that means that Cole set will never be very expensive because he's obviously not a LEGO favorite because he doesn't get like a set of waves. So keep his price down and I'll be happy.
That's okay. He's your favorite. That's all right. He doesn't need to be LEGO's favorite.
That's fair. The only time it hurt was when it wasn't the Hageman's favorite.
Dang. I forgot about that.
Sorry-
we don't
sorry,
know
Hagman.
why he was so popular.
I know, right?
That's so funny to me.
Aye. But that's the wave. Yay. So we thought they were going to come out June 1st. No. They're coming out August 1st.
Which bewilders me because we can tell you the embargo is not August 1st.
The embargo is not in July, which is what it usually would have been.
Yeah, we didn't
not
actually
sure why-
expect to be sent these at this time. These are really early.
It's coming out in other countries on June 1st, correct?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because I think in North America it's coming out on August 1st, but I don't think that's the same case in other countries.
Mhm.
But I could be wrong. If so, then y'all who really want the sets are gonna be paying a little bit more for the shipping fee if it comes out. But yeah, so August 1st you'll see these pop up on store shelves. And I guess the next time that Ninjago's gonna get a wave is gonna be back in January.
You would be
Because
correct.
they won't do a two-parter.
Nope.
The only reason I could think they do a two-parter is if there's like a big set from the show that they don't want to reveal just yet. But I don't know if they're going to do that. I guess the last thing we should mention, thanks to April Fool's Day and Tommy Andreasen, he posted one of his very famous 2 truths and a lie, where he lists 3 statements, and 2 of them are true and 1 of them is a lie. The first one was that the lyrics of The Weekend Whip are going to be important and will involve a clue on how to resolve a conflict in the show. The second one is that there is something about a plant being really important. I don't remember the ins and outs of that one.
We'll hold the key to like helping our heroes defeat evil or something.
There you go. So either a plant or a song will help the ninja. And then the last one is that there are red herrings planted in the set wave in order to throw us off from the truth of what's going to show up in the series. I really like the last one. I just don't know what that could mean, especially looking at all these, like the sets and all of these figures, and like there are figures that are of course confirmed because of the poster, and
unless the poster was just for the sets.
Yeah, unless it was Wildbrain. Wildbrain made the poster.
So we know at least all the villains minus Harumi are confirmed.
Yeah. So they could plaster Overlord symbols everywhere, and it's not actually the Overlord. Lloyd Oni could not exist. Garmadon could not exist in that form. Go for it. Ultra.
Real quick, Toby echoes that in the YouTube chat. Also, hi Toby, I hope you're doing well. He says that they are June in the UK, and Dark Nova says they are also June in Europe, which means they're only August in the States, which makes a lot more sense now.
LOL. R.I.P. us. Also R.I.P. US.
That timeline actually lines up way nicer now. And now I have to take that into consideration in the future.
There you go. Thanks for listening, Toby. It's always good to see you.
But
I don't want to get into this discussion too much because I feel like I have a lot to say on it, and quite
we
frankly, I don't want to waste my breath because I want to wait for it to be confirmed.
Yeah. We'll see if this was confirmed or not.
Let's just say I think you and I very much disagree on the concept of red herrings and if they're beneficial or not. And if we know that the villains aren't,
then what could
be? And like you were saying, it's pretty much Nia, Garmadon, Nelson, Harumi,
Woo.
And Oni Lloyd, and I guess Woo the Dragon Master. Yeah. Those are really the big red herrings.
So one thing I mentioned to Tyler off call is the biggest example I can think of a red herring in a set is Harumi. Or the Harumi Mr. E thing that they created for Sons of Garmadon. Mr. E was obviously the red herring for the Quiet One. And the only hint that we got that Harumi was a villain was from a set video for the Temple of Resurrection. If that wasn't part of the equation, I think they could have pulled off the absolute surprise of her being the villain of that season. And she's the best example I can think of a red herring.
But I would again contest we're talking about very different approaches to red herrings. There's a difference between having a character in the story be a false villain to hide another villain, and then a character in the set not show up in the story. Those are two entirely separate things. I liked the concept of Mr. E being a red herring. I wish he'd still been a character after that, because I felt like they were setting him up to be both the villain and also to have a role to play. And theoretically, if one is removed, the other should still stay. And then, of course, we learned why that was. He was going to be Echo Zane, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. That was beneficial. I don't think lying in the sets is that beneficial. But
we'll see to what extent. We'll see to an extent. If it's like they're throwing a villain in here or like a concept in here, like I will be very mad if Lloyd Oni was a red herring. Because
Yeah.
it's like you throw this concept out and we're like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And then it's just kind of a teaser or whatnot. It's a concept that's not to be in order to hide like Lloyd something else. But we'll see. We'll see. It's that's something I feel like is important to throw out there because we're talking about sets, and that was something that Tommy mentioned about sets and whatnot. So, but we'll definitely revisit this once Ninjago Crystallized comes out in full, whenever the heck that's gonna be. But yeah, that is about it. Any last comments?
Nope.
Gosh, I
Any
I
thought,
look
last
forward to
critiques?
discussing more.
thought you were about to be like, any last words?
Any last words? So stay tuned for our reviews. When we talk about all these lovely sets, we're gonna have a lot of fun doing it. We have a lot to say. And they'll be coming out soon. And then we'll have another podcast in the future, kind of revisiting these so that we can give our full thoughts in a discussion format with others that were not able to make it today. So keep
There you
an eye
go.
out for that as well. Also, as a reminder, 9 days. Garmadon comic number 2 comes out the 18th of May.
That's epic.
We'll have another podcast on that as well.
We
Looking
we
forward
haven't
to
even
that.
seen the cover for that, have we?
We have not seen any covers for that yet.
That's kind of weird. There's been no advertising for that novel.
Mm-hmm.
Sag.
And then also the new Spinjitzu Brothers book is coming out soon too, right? In the United States, or is it already out? I mean, it might be already out.
I don't know. I don't think it is.
I might be lacking.
Wow, what kind of a Ninjago fan are you?
Fake
know.
fan, fake fan, fake fan.
I just got back from a work trip. I'm a little crazed right now.
Dang, you care more about work than Ninjago? Oh my gosh, no.
I might get it and then save it for the plane ride so I can sit next to a complete stranger on a plane and whip out my Ninjago book.
Nice.
Just looking at him and be like, hey, you like Ninjago? Anywho. Let's wrap it up. So LJ, whenever you're ready.
For music? No, that's nothing like that. Okay, I'm playing the music now. It's playing.
All right, thanks everyone for joining us today for episode 60 of Ninjago Cast. I have been your host, Sensei Wolf.
I'm LJ.
I'm Messa.
Make sure you stick around to watch our reviews for these sets when they come out. We'll hopefully get Ninjago Crystallized soon. Fingers are crossed, especially on YouTube. Fingers are double crossed. But we'll catch you all next time for the next episode of Ninjago Cast. Yeah.
Excellent. Farewell, everyone.
I just realized we didn't do plugs at all.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry. Whoops.
That's fine.
That's fine.
We're unplugged.
TTV unplugged.
DTV unplugs.